gak bakal Bloodseeker carry. Kalau Bloodseeker carry pasti di
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Standard start time, but we are finally here. My name is Cryptic. I'm joined by Neff, and we've got our last series of the day, simply two-based versus Team Dogchamp. Neff, some big names on these teams.
Some very big names. We got, names that people are very familiar with. Bloody Nine, age-old Dota player. We got Luki, a very popular streamer. Rayla Lisa, incredibly skilled mid player. Was on Blue Pikachu for a little while. Everyone had the chance to see him already. The game played earlier this week. I mentioned this one was on the panel on Tuesday. And it is Ritsu, I believe, is the 5th player here. Just wrote XDDDDD. So if anyone is curious who that is. And then on simply two-based, Ricky, I will allow you the pleasure.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so nice. Simply two-based is going to be the one, the only Zed Freak, the man himself, one of the greatest 4 positions to ever grace this planet. I Annihilate. Going to be joining their squad with Monkeys Forever, an all-star offlaner and streamer. We've got Boris on the team, also known as B-God, a classic NA legend.
10 seconds
and their last player is going to be Imperium.
Monkey King.
So I'm very excited to see these teams. We have a draft underway, so let's just jump right into this. No stalling here. Monkey King, a hero that we did not see made it through, as well as Coddle, and immediately snapped by both teams.
Yeah, Monkey King, one of the strongest carries of this patch. I'm surprised this one made it through.
5
gonna
seconds
see
remaining.
probably some very big plays on it this game. And Keeper of the Light, not necessarily strength inside the hero itself, but combos very well with a number of heroes. Ember Spirit being the biggest one, in my opinion. So I would be surprised if simply two-base snatches that one right now, or they go for a flex pick. Not really worth waiting around for Dogchamp, giving them the opportunity to either counter pick, and then they've basically got 5 deny picks here for very strong candidates. They pick up the Troll Warlord though. You can do a lot with this one with the Keeper of the Light and the Troll. Spam out your Whirling Axes. Brings down the cooldown of like the Dispel both on your enemies and yourself once you get the Egg.
It has 0 cooldown with Ags, yeah.
0?
Yeah, 0
Very
cooldown.
cool.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Because it cuts the cooldown in half on Aghanim Scepter, and then Chakra Magic refresh them instantly.
Yep.
Radiant
Quite
team
nice.
ban.
There is OD.
Yeah. I mean, the hero is too strong not to take right now. It's played a number of positions, I think 1 through 5 at the moment. Still most popular in the mid lane. People rush the Meteor Hammer on it right now to deal with, the farming problems and the pushing problems it has, since it doesn't get away from the Astral Imprisonment anymore. But it's still a very strong hero.
5 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
remaining.
And it's something that Luki has been experimenting a lot in the offlane with. So like you said, it could be Rayla Lisa mid lane, it could be Luki in the off lane. You could even see a 4-position OD. I think 5 and 1 are probably, you just don't want the OD in the safe lane. Get him out of there. Just don't do it. It's a bad idea.
Get him out of here.
They ban out the Mars, hero that actually does pretty poor
Radiant
against
team
Troll
ban.
Warlord, if I'm not mistaken, but I think they're just worried about the fact that Arena is super strong. It's also a Luki classic, one of his heroes that he really enjoys to play.
Yeah, getting rid of that makes a lot of sense. Now, let's talk bans. Get rid of the Puck.
10 seconds remaining.
There, I'm surprised that they haven't banned out the Ember Spirit right away, but they can get around to that one. Two-base getting rid of Mars. A lot of people, they do nothing but ban out Luki heroes in the second phase. I believe Arkosh has done that. I believe a number of teams did that in BTS Pro Series 4 that we casted together. We just saw like 7 Luki bans as they didn't pick up his hero right away. Do you think? Do you think they'll just put Luki on Outworld? I think.
Yeah, I
more
think
than
it's
anything
most
else.
likely going to be
remaining.
Luki's hero. I think they're definitely just trying to bait out the Luki bans
5 seconds
and
remaining.
just take the outworld to the OD to the offlane.
I think more than
Team
anything
ban.
else I've seen is these Luki teams. They pick his hero in the first phase just so they can't counter him out. His hero pool is relatively shallow. He's very good on the heroes that he plays, like Nightstalker, Pangolier. Mars is somebody he's seen a lot of success with. People that like jump on the back line and
10
play around Blink
seconds
Daggers
remaining.
very well. So picking his hero first allows him to be
5
countered, but at
seconds
least
remaining.
doesn't stop him playing what he wants.
Exactly. Yeah. Well said, brother.
Yeah. Now, last bands coming out here is Queen of Pain, Void Spirit.
Dire team back.
Void very good against the Outworld Devourer, or Outworld Destroyer, sorry, in my opinion. You know, being able to jump onto the back line, having the 2 charges of silence once you have the Egg and Sceptrum and your Resident Pulse, very heavily nerfs his damage.
Yeah.
Can't save people with the Astral Imprisonment either. And the hero doesn't really like going out of his way for a
10
BKB, as it
seconds
slows down
remaining.
his farming speed quite a bit.
Yeah, and the other thing we talked about in the earlier
5
game too is when we
seconds
see the
remaining.
Void Spirit, it also just makes it that much more difficult to get the Meteor Hammer combo, right? Like, you know, as Astral, or you have a, you know, Remnant and a Yule Scepter that you're just never going to be able to freely cast. You also can't time it correctly onto a Void Spirit, so it's just one of those heroes that you might as well get rid of.
Well, makes sense to me. Last band coming out here, I imagine something that they don't want to combo up with the Keeper of the Light. Getting rid of the Ember Spirit feels like the choice here. Yes, OD. What the hell's going on? We have
Dire
a pause.
And now an unpause?
We crashed and they couldn't take Captain. My bad. Didn't have all chat open. There was some spice going on in the lobby, and I was telling them to save it for the game actually starting, but we haven't seen any trash talking in the all chat since then, it looks like.
10
Yeah, that was
seconds
you
remaining.
wanna outline what was going on? It was pretty funny. I thought it was a good time.
5 seconds remaining.
Simply TOOBASED giving a dog champ crap for using incorrect names for their players, talking about how Ritsu doesn't have his name listed. I think for a little while he had his name in the actual game and competitive screen as Dubu. And so it was just harassing them about that one. I'm definitely not doing it justice, though.
No,
It seemed like they were getting pretty
time.
heated about it.
It was a good time.
Second picking phase coming out here, though. The Ember Spirit was not banned out. They're the D here. Do you think they just let it through? They don't take the Ember Spirit for themselves and allow Simply TOOBASED to have it?
I mean, I know they like to
Radiant
play
team
it, so it wouldn't surprise me if they go for the Ember Spirit. Like, I know they can definitely play it on the side of Simply TOOBASED, and it is great with Keeper of the Light. The question is, do you want to invest that much in heroes that don't have stuns? 'Cause
10
right now, the
seconds
big
remaining.
issue is you have Troll, Coddle, and if you go for Ember Spirit, you are
5
very
seconds
lacking on the
remaining.
stun department.
That is true. I mean, they change around the Keeper of the Light to ultimate as well. Sorry, not the ultimate, the Will-O-Wisp on him. It no longer does a hard stun. It just pulls you inward for the duration of it, so you can't get out with a number of things. You can pop your BKB, etc. Phoenix, they need something to protect this egg at this point. I mean, Keeper of the Light, Troll Warlord can both deal with it reasonably well, as can Rubik with his ranged attacks. Number of good spells to steal here as
Yeah.
well. I mean, taking either the OD ultimate, taking Astral Imprisonment. Both feels very
Dude,
good.
Astral on Rubik is so funny. I don't know if you've seen it. Mid Rubik into
10
OD is
seconds
actually
remaining.
so cancer. It is so impossible because he just like
5
doubles your
seconds
cast
remaining.
range
Yeah.
and you can control anyone. It's so
It doesn't do the
funny.
debuff amplification anymore, so the Astral doesn't last like 6 seconds,
Yeah.
but it's still ridiculous.
It's so funny. I've just like watched like Rubik have like a 900 range Astral cast range, and it's just, yeah, it's quite something.
Yeah. They're not gonna play mid Rubik here though, are they?
No, it'll definitely be a support Rubik. This is NA pubs we're talking about, not the NA DPC. These teams are gonna play it, take it very seriously. They're not gonna
Hey, man,
play some mid Rubik.
it's been done. I mean,
It has.
very rarely seen, but I feel like it's seen just as much as we see Axe, and we saw that in the last series.
That's fair. That's true. True.
35 seconds of reserve time left here for Dog Champ going to have to round out their draft. I think they take something that pairs with the Phoenix and keep the egg alive. Some sort of stun to keep them off of it. They could, I mean, they can't pick Faceless
Radiant
Void here. They
team
already have the Monkey King and the OD.
Enchantress.
Take Enchantress. It doesn't necessarily fit into their draft super well, or doesn't play against the enemy team either.
I think this is just a comfort pick,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. Like, this is just something they really like to
10 seconds
and
remaining.
it works works well with Monkey King in the safe lane. I think what we're going to be seeing is the 5th position Enchantress with the Monkey King. The problem is both these heroes are really susceptible to magic damage, and you already have Rubik. If you pick a magic damage offlaner, like, I don't know. Gosh, I was going to say, like, Batrider is the first one that came to mind, but it's obviously banned against monkeys forever.
Yep.
What are some of his other heroes that he's been playing in the off lane? Leshrax's banned. That's a bummer. That would have been the next one.
You've probably been watching his stream more than I have. I actually have been tuning in to Too Much Monkeys forever. I mean, I'm not sure that they'll take a magic damage hero because they do need a bit of a frontliner here, unfortunately, to set up and stand in front for. He's played Invoker, doesn't he?
No, he's not an Invoker. Like, he's not going to take it in the off lane. Okay. That's definitely the mid lane. They're gonna give monkeys the last pick here for the off lane, it seems. I'm
not crazy about the Invoker here. You've got nothing to really set up a good Cataclysm.
I think it's because Quaswex is so good in this game.
The mana drain slowing down any possible aggression from these heroes. I mean, it would stop a Phoenix from coming out. It does pretty good against the Monkey King. A cold snap onto him, stopping getting his ultimate off. There is that. Deals pretty well with Enchanters as well. Tons of magical burst. Don't necessarily have to attack her. But again, there isn't good Cataclysm setup. You already have a Troll Warlord, so you're not really worried about a Faceless Void potential pickup here.
Radiant team ban.
I'm going to ban out the Sand King. Okay, that would have been a good one. Yeah, I think it's got to be OD offlane is my guess. Is like, I think they know that too, so they're banning out the Zeus in the mid. Rayla Lisa, I mean, he can definitely take the OD himself, but I think we're more likely to see that be Luki's hero here.
5 seconds remaining.
What do you want to see Rayla Lisa on against his Invoker?
Dire team ban.
Oh, they banned Pugna.
Pugna makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Good against Invoker and Troll. That would have been solid.
Yeah, you can also flex that one either in the off lane or the mid. Alongside the Outworld.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their like go-to pick is going to be here for the mid lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Like they could still go for a hero for Luki here. I don't think there's any way they take his Night Stalker. Into Troll Warlord, it is a very bad lane.
Yeah, you'd basically be letting the Troll Warlord free farm. You need to shut him down in this early lane phase. They're relying a lot on the Troll Warlord for damage, especially given that they don't have a real setup for the Cataclysm.
Yeah. Off lane's going to have to offer some damage. They banned the Tide Hunter. That would have been pretty decent. It's not great against the Monkey King, but if you have any form of control, Gush makes it pretty easy for you to kite him around with like any other stun. So Rubik's Telekinesis would have been more than enough.
Yep.
It's also just generally more team fight, and that would be the Cataclysm setup that you were talking about.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Stop early aggression, early push. Not a whole lot of reserve time left for Dog Champ. Simply 2 base. They do have another 50 seconds here. I think both teams need some sort of frontliner. I mean, Simply 2 based especially. Yeah. Somebody else who can stand in front and deal with this. Deal with like the tons of damage potentially coming out from Dog Champ, or set things up so COD will get like a good Will-O-Wisp off, or Invoker can get a decent setup afterwards.
They could take the Death Prophet.
I think they're lacking stuns too much to grab a Death Prophet here on 2 based.
Yeah, it's so weird. I mean,
Centaur.
He does play Centaur, but it's so bad against Monkey King.
Dire team pick.
They take the Nature's Prophet.
Okay, yeah, this is Monkey's hero for sure. I mean, he loves playing the NP. It's something he spams constantly. Just rushes the Orb of Corrosion. Thank you, Orb of Corrosion.
Yeah.
And then just right into an Orchid. And there's certain games, you know, he has that both completed by the 9-minute mark. So we'll see. It offers a lot of damage. Also, it gives him quite a bit of space to play with in the lane against the Monkey King. That double range doesn't really care about the Enchantress too much either. So I like this pick.
Last pick is the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. So right about that one is probably going to be Luki on the Outworld Destroyer. Shadow Fiend, I'm not a fan of. I know this is a hero that Ray Lisa likes to play as well, but it's definitely more of a pub hero. You don't have anything that's that amazing at getting onto the back line. They Opponent's going to have to do that job, and for that reason, Shadow Fiend feels all right. But it's sink or swim with this hero. You know, you have to pop off, do an excellent job in the mid lane, and then you spend so long building these items to tank yourself up that you're not really doing huge amounts of damage anymore. And that's amplified by the fact they don't have a real frontliner here on Dogchamp.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're completely correct. I think this is something that they might struggle with, but
10 seconds.
I think they have enough damage on the side of simply TOOBASED to deal with this. And
5 seconds remaining.
Boris, I mean, I don't see his game being that bad. And as long as Boris has a good game here, I think you're in a lot of trouble on the side of Dogchamp. I don't think Ray Lisa's Shadow Fiend is going to be enough because it will need like a pretty early BKB to deal with this Invoker.
Yeah, they will. I mean, they're going to... I think they'd be wanting to build a BKB on Lisa, on Ritsu early to begin with when they're playing against the Keeper of the Light, when they're playing against, you know, Nature's Prophet, who's going to have the very early Orchid, like you mentioned. This guy normally has it in Orb of Corrosion by 9 minutes, which is pretty insane. And they're not going to have enough damage because they're forced to go the BKB, I feel. They're just going to tank up on the Troll Warlord, tank up on Nature's Prophet, Invoker, and they're going to struggle to get onto the backline to grab Empyrean and Z-Freak themselves. I gotta say I'm favoring simply TOOBASED's lineup, and a lot of that is just off of the fact that I'm not a big fan of the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, we'll see how the Shadow Fiend does. It does do well in lane against the Invoker. Like, it's one of those things where it's a decent matchup. It's why they last picked it here. So Ray Lisa should free farm pretty easily in the lane. You can jungle very easily, but then you run into the issue in the game where, like I said, like we pointed out, you do need an early BKB to do Shadow Fiend in this game. All right.
God, we've reset. Looks like everybody...
Prepare for battle.
Well, you know, Ray Lisa micro in the team. What a hero there. Oh, I mean, everyone's looking right at your face, Neff. Give them... That's the show that they really want.
Thirty seconds to battle.
finally getting to see some Dota 2. I gotta say, I've waited more than long enough for this game myself.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see this type of this level of drafting from any other region. If I'm
It's
being
the
honest.
speed they have it figured out before the game is even started. You know, these North American brains are basically supercomputers in like a game of chess. Europeans are more like the human players who take like need all their reserve time, need the full 30 seconds for each one. They're really not sure what to pick even still. You know how it is.
Oh yeah. NA brother.
You know,
Time to
earlier.
get on some Dota 2s. We got Simply TOOBASED taking on Team Dogchamp. Hopefully we have no issues with this game.
Here's hoping.
Crossing my fingers because I ran out of things to talk about.
Roots and run.
Talk about anime.
We could. There's always anime.
Prepare for battle.
I was expecting we could, but we won't. Says Ricky.
We could, but we
My
shouldn't.
horses neigh, and so do I.
They're grouped up right now. It looks like Nature's Prophet not coming with them. Probably going to spawn trees with the Nature's Call once more from inside the base. This man has 3 fairy fires.
Yeah, this is how you play it.
He is not joking around.
You go Blightstone, triple Fairy Fire, and as soon as you have the money to buy your Orb of Corrosion, you just TP base and then teleport back. And then you have Orb of Corrosion, and you still have regen, and it's good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see that 9-minute Orb of Corrosion Orchid like you talked about.
30
They had it
seconds
way too
to
cheap,
battle.
to be honest.
They added
I
a
think
recipe to it at least.
There was a recipe on the beginning. I think the recipe cost 175 gold for a little while. They increased it to 475 though. A 100 gold increase. Oh, do you remember back in the day it was 3 Oblivion staffs to make an orchid?
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh god, I
Three
don't remember
Oblivion
that. Maybe I
stuff
just didn't
together.
build Orchid in those times.
The battle begins.
That was Dota 1 days.
Yeah, I might just like taking a break from Dota 1 back then. Monkeys Forever with the quick finger is able to take the rune here from B9, and B9's gonna take a lot of damage from these right clicks.
Yeah, I mean, very low armor, low base, low strength hero. Another hero with a very low strength growth rate as well. Anti we were talking about last series is 1.3. Treasure's just at 1.7. So
Curious how this mid lane's gonna go between Annihilate and Ray Lalisa. Obviously, both these guys pretty comfortable in the mid lane in general, and they're both playing heroes that they like to play. So this is a pretty interesting matchup. Okay, that cold snap.
That was
right
sick.
there.
That was very sick. Interrupting that Ray, stopping him from getting the last hits there. Now, we talked about Demon Slayers players. Old White in the last game coming in second in the Dream League Season 11. Annihilate was on that roster as well. He wasn't on it when they qualified for the tournament, but he flew over and played with the team there. Just due to visa issues with some of the players. So he subbed in for their mid laner and came in second in that one. That was his, I guess, most brilliant performance in recent memory.
Yeah, that was a sick time. We're keeping an eye on these side lanes. Mookie King being played by Ritsu as well, having a pretty decent time. Bloody Nine's just going to go ahead and enchant Coconut. Make sure that you have less harassment damage coming in from this Nature's Prophet.
One's a bit underwhelming in my opinion, taking over that one, but Enchantress doesn't like dealing with these treants. I think what a lot of people have been doing is just enchanting the range creep and clicking whatever range heroes that they're playing against. They don't have that damage block to work with. You get the extra 10 damage, but it does, you know, end up producing the damage that Nature's Prophet has by taking the coconuts.
I'm actually watching Monkeys get a second block on this camp with his treants there, so that's actually really nice. They even sentryed it thinking that there was something there, but it was just just the fact that Coconut.
No, you don't.
B9 has to walk to the enemy. Hard can't get himself a tomato, and the tomato's pretty great. The clap does a lot of damage.
Radiant's
Z-Freak
turret
taking
has
some
been
serious
killed.
harassment there as well from Ritsu. The clap, however, was not available at the time.
I thought he'd get one more clap off before he didn't, unfortunately. Courier ends up dropping. Yarn picking that one off. His other name is Yarn the Courier Slayer. Believe it or not. Quick facts about NA Dota. But bottom lane, it's going pretty well for us here, sitting at 13 and 4 at the moment. Luki struggling to get as much farm as he wants to. Down here, sitting at the 8 and 1.
I mean, he does have Astral eventually to just kind of offer some harassment, but these whirling axes into Illuminate have become quite annoying. This is while Boris's courier is dead, right? Like, Yaren managed to snipe his courier, so he's still missing some damage and potential there.
Mid lane, Rayla Lisa's mana gets burned. You hate to have this happen on Shadow. I mean, not having reasons to work with for kill potential for CSing feels very bad. Annihilate's doing a pretty good job here against the ESF, I would say.
They're dead even in CS, which is honestly a little bit surprising. I kind of would have expected Shadowfiend to have a little bit more CS at this point, but I Annihilate doing really well keeping with him. But it's only going to get more annoying as he puts more levels into this EMP and Tornado combo.
Frenzy doing well for himself up here in the top lane. He's continuing to train zone. Monkeys forever out, but he's at that is a good master. He's gone 1-1-1 here. Sometimes the monkey can generally just ignore getting points in Jingle. Put the first pointer. That looks like when Ritsu's maxing out the tree dance.
Annihilate almost gets the kill on the mid lane Shadowfiend, but Yaren's gonna be able to dive under. He has a lot of regen next to these points in Quas. He has to pop a salve even to survive thanks to that Fire Spirit, and Z-Freak is gonna be the one that ends up grabbing the first blood.
I came here to be tested.
Nice. Be a little bit better when I Annihilate's way, but Rubik getting early mana boots, especially, you know, a player like Z-Freak having a bit of money. You're happy about that. I Annihilate sitting very low. A lot of time you'd be bummed out. You might even suicide to the tower after that, even for a mid laner, but
not
being Invoker having
Dyer's
26 HP reach attack.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Sitting underneath your tower with full Quas, I mean, he just topped off completely.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, he gets 2 full waves under his tower solo. He gets level 6, whereas Rayla Lisa is 5.5.
Radiant's
They're setting up for
bottom
another
tower is
rotation
under
potentially to the
attack.
mid lane as Z-Freak is here. Tornado EMP comes out. The EMP won't catch. There's going to be the pullback, and Monkey's Forever rotates in. He just TP'd. Oh my gosh, this is a huge punish on the mid lane.
Yeah, that's one of
29 might die too. The body block? Monkeys?
He's got Sprout.
Dyer's middle tower
My
is under
gosh,
attack.
this guy gonna be kept alive thanks to Yaren there. Those Fire Spirits are doing just enough, and Sprout's to block off that path.
Yeah. Interrupted Bloody Nine salve that he used on himself as he was running back as well with that treant. I think if he was focusing so much on those body blocks, it would absolutely amazing to get off the Sprout, but barely
middle
mattered.
tower
Bloody Nine
is
just
under
barely
attack.
managed to get out of that one. Monkeys Forever. You warned me about this guy's Nature's Prophet, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were saying. He's gonna just rush the Orb of Corruption. He got it at the 5 minutes and then TP'd out. Instead of going top, he's like, all right, we have kill
Dyer's
potential
bottom
mid.
tower
So
is under
he
attack.
killed the mid lane. They kill that Shadowfiend as he
Dyer's
just TP'd back.
structures are
And
fortified.
yeah, that is like best case scenario, because I Annihilate now has a full level advantage, tons of farm as well. Has that earn completed, and as soon as he gets for a kill, Invoker becomes very scary.
Five minutes. Well, we've got to see the 5 minutes going around. Catapults shoving down the top lane. I'm surprised they didn't manage to actually shove in these towers with Nature's Prophet rotation. Catapults at 5 minutes. You usually see that one with an MP pickup. Other focuses this game, the jumping on Bloody Nine over to the mid lane, I think ruined that timing for them. Oh, ends up taking over the Dark Troll Summoner when he had almost killed it. That feels pretty bad.
He might pay for this though. There's the pullback and the Sprout. He has no way out of this. I Annihilate's here as well, offering some assistance with the Cold Snap. And another kill going their way, and this is when you got to be very careful because Monkeys Forever is going to be able to start pressuring all over the map, and if you leave him top lane, he'll just take the tower as well. So this is really nice. Overall net worth though is pretty even, just 3 kills, however, for the side of Simply TOOBASED.
Monkeys Forever does end up getting the dodge off onto the jump from Ritsu. Does have the Primal Spring maxed out. It's a lot of damage. It's slow 80% and 350 damage. This is what Monkey King does a lot of time when he's playing against a ranged hero inside his lane. Allow the farm.
He did see him. Oh, baby Monkeys. He's in some trouble. There's going to be the 2 raises. He can get in range for the Booker, but the tornado, the EMP, it's there. Ritsu taking so much damage as well as Raylisa. Now they are going to fall 1-for-1. Raylisa on the retreat, but can I Annihilate finish off the Shadow Fiend? Pops the Alacrity, a couple more auto attacks. He's gonna get it, and now there's the Cold Snap onto the Phoenix. He dove in for this as well. I Annihilate, die to B9 plus Yarn, but it's gonna be a 3-for-2 now.
You should have seen that coming.
Here comes the Monkeys Forever Prophet. He jumps right onto the Enchantress, but she's learned. She has a Quelling Blade now. She will not be sprouted anymore.
You've got to have this. It is countered by the Item Shard once you do end up getting that on the Nature's Prophet. You cut the tree down. There's just a super tree waiting for you there, but until the 20-minute mark, he's going to be all right with that Quelling Blade.
Yeah, you're like, oh, let me just get out of here, and then you just get mean mugged by a giant tree. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. You killed my brother.
That's the yeah, doing.
Very trinket there, an incredible item. I'm definitely going to go the way of the Invoker, I'm sure.
Yeah. Monkeys Forever's rotations around the map have slowed down his farm a little bit, only sitting at 34 and 11. As well as, you know, putting himself in a position to kind of die there. They did end up getting the return kill. Very good overall for his team, but they're not going to have that orb hit the very fast timing like you mentioned because of this.
Yeah, he's got brown boots, the Orb of Corrosion, like you said, his rotations around the map. So he'll get it still decently timed, but it's not nearly as fast as we would expect. Phoenix able to get that dive away, not going to get caught there, but Ritsu just channels the ultimate, trying to run away, but Boris just pops that... did Wrath of Nick down Yaren? It did. I was trying to figure out how that second hero died. He actually buys back on Ritsu.
Yeah, Wrath of Nature.
Oh.
Wrath of Nature did almost 500 damage to that Phoenix there.
Oh,
I don't think he's expecting that kind of burst.
Dire's top tower
That is 4 tips.
Dire's top tower has
Ritsu. He's gonna have a rough game from this point here. I mean, he does have the extra farming speed for maxing out Primal Spring jungle. Rubik.
They are just getting stomped right now. Mid lane, Monkeys Forever and Annihilate find themselves a kill. It looks like Ritsu does at least get something in the jungle to take down Z-Freak with the help of Luki.
Yeah, Luki setting that one up with the Astral Imprisonment Meteor Hammer, and then finished off just with the 4 points of Primal Spring there. Did manage to, you know, steal the Astral Imprisonment, hit OD bit. Thought he'd get away with that one, but Ritsu was there.
The OD is level 9 somehow. And with everything that's going, Luki is somehow level 9.
He is. And I think he's gonna have an excellent game because of that. I mean,
bottom lane, they're gonna look for the Shadow Fiend, but Luki sets up a nice Astral. That is not gonna happen, sir. An immediate tornado, and the Sprout is there. EMP on the backside. Luki, not where you want to be, son. Should be able to finish off this kill. Stolen Astral coming in from the Rubik, and I think this should be enough damage, and it is. Z-Freak's gonna be the one that grabs it.
Got the Arcane Boots and a Fairy Trinket spell amp there as well, and is taking after fight here. Simply TOOBASED controlling the map right now, and Ritsu trying to use this space to at the moment, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to catch up with this Troll Warlord at this point. I think he's been slowed down enough that he's not really a threat for the heroes on Simply TOOBASED.
Boris went for a Maelstrom, not a build that we see very on the Troll. It's normally either the Aghanim Scepter or that Battle Fury, but instead he opts for that magic, the magic damage coming out from the Maelstrom.
Smoke comes out here on
Dire's bottom tower is under
Dog
attack.
Champ. But this is one of the
right
worst
up into the troll. He does have battle trance. Lukey should be able to get in range for the Astral, and he does. Maybe be able to can that stun right onto him. Will connect, plus the Incinerate. I don't think they have the damage for this. He's just going to turn it around, pop that battle trance, look for Lukey himself. Misses from damage, doing a decent chunk. Second Astral comes through. There's going to be the egg, and this should be a dead kill. Yeah, it is. Can they turn? That was the question. Ritsu already committed the Wukong's command. They find Annihilate back underneath his own tier 1 tower. Cold Snap EMP on top of Lukey. He's protected for the moment as he just tries to hobble away, but it's kind of being the Enchantress. What just happened? They all died. Oh my gosh, the Wrath of Nature with a full channel. Oh my gosh.
That was wild. It took so much magical damage. That was Shadow Rays, Fade Bolt, Wrath of Nature, and Illuminate all coming out at once, instantly turning that fight around. Huge AoE damage. Only a little bit from everybody. That's all it really took. Rubik, he ended up doing 1,600 magical damage rate. No, 3,200.
300 magic damage. I was like, how did they all die? He double raised 2 heroes with a Fade Bolt.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh my lord.
Z-Freak, the absolute monster. You know, this is why he ends up taking kills. He's gonna carry the U himself.
Radiant are scanning.
Aether Lens, Fairy Trinket.
Is under attack.
Extra cast range, extra magical damage, amp to work with there. This makes him the carry, right? That's how this works.
Basically, yeah. Look at the net worth disparity between the supports. Simply 2 base supports are almost catching up to Lukey on the OD, whereas Enchantress and Phoenix are like half of their opponents. Orchid now available on the Nature's Prophet. We see it drop for the moment. Yarn dives in, gonna put a little bit of harassment damage out on over. So that Nature's Prophet, but honestly right now, I mean, it's a 6,000 gold lead for the side of Simply 2-based, and they have Nature's Prophet and Troll. Oh, no, gotta put that mask. Oh my god.
You're taking all these lost or like unfavorable fights as this space for Ritsu so he can get his Battle Fury, but we're 50 minutes in the game and he's still quite far from it. Just getting the money for his broadsword right now, still need to finish that Perseverance. He's very far behind on his timing.
He got the Roche. This is pretty wild. I'm surprised he's not whirling axing this at all for just like some extra damage, but Boris gonna pick up that Aegis. They smoke up pretty much immediately. Mid lane, I Annihilate. He is going, but Z-Freak and the Phoenix smoke will get popped. Dude, he has an Aether Lens.
Has fallen.
He does.
Oh man, the cast range on that Astral is wild.
What did you
Look at that, dude.
That?
Cast range 650 plus Aether Lens is another 250. That's
It's a 1200 cast range.
Oh my god. That is yeah, it's 1150. That is a very, very long action.
Radiant's bottom
going
tower
for
is under attack.
Dagger next as well, going to be able to, you know, basically teleport across the map with that one.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was talking about. Is Astral on Rubik is very scary, mainly just because of the bonus cast range, and it just allows you to set up constantly. There's nothing you can really do about a monkey. Turn onto Ritsu here, a nice rotation from Ray Lalisa as they get that double raise. Fine kill, pretty. Z-Freak turns around with his raise of his own. There. Dive on forward. Yarn does find Z-Freak, but in here as well, hits him with the enchant and with the jump in from Ritsu. They should be able to find this kill here. Double kill for the Monkey King.
Middle tower
And that will give him the gold he needs for his Battle Fury. Much needed kills for him, so finds that farm in very quick order. Just sending the courier out to the secret shop right now, I believe. I'll probably send it out to the enemy secret shop, given the fact that his town portal scroll was just delivered to him. Nope. Playing it safe. Still, nice find there. And the kill on Rubik is worth quite a bit of money. Well, he's sitting at 7 and 3 now.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
17 minutes comes around, both the teams find tier 2 neutral items. They got that Imp Claw on Troll. Beautiful. You love to see it.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Annihilate stalking this Monkey King here. He's gonna have a TP option or some TP help in from Monkeys if he wants to try and go for this kill, but ooh, kind of baiting him up to the top here. Jumps on into a tree, now down to the lane. They're gonna go for it. They're just gonna let him get away. They don't want to risk it. Invoker's going for the Witchblade.
This is interesting. I mean, the hero has one of the higher int growth rates in the game. Means to do a lot of damage.
Oh no. Got him. Ritsu gonna try and get away. Cold Snap is there. The TP force from Lisa means that they will just disengage, but they cancel out Ritsu's TP.
They thought better than to go for that one. They are sitting right beside a tier 2 tower, not a hero you want to dive inside the trees when you struggle to have vision of them. I mean, a Wukong's command from back there would do a lot of work.
I'm still very surprised by this Maelstrom build on the troll. It's just not really what I expected.
That one is a bit interesting. The only thing I can really think of is the fact that you're dishing out magic damage instead of which against the making the physical will help. Also deals with evasion, pierce through evasion 25% of the time, but I think I'd prefer Battle Fury slightly. I think that does visiting for it though, is dealing with evasion and magical damage.
Luki's gonna find Monkeys forever in the bottom lane. The Astral into that stun. Should be an easy kill for them.
Is under attack.
Monkeys does go down. Maybe he's Glipnir into Cataclysm.
That'd be
that
pretty
could be
cool.
it. That could be it, because they've got no Cataclysm set up right now. That's the only thing I can think of.
Radiant's
We got the BKB coming out to himself
attack.
right now. Tier 2 tower was taken the top lane, which will open up the shrines pre 20 minutes, like clockwork. Very well organized here on Simply TOOBASED.
Top tower.
They smoke up immediately as well. They know they have the global presence from the Nature's Prophet, so they're going to head into their own jungle. Lisa is the closest person to them. I mean, this would be a huge kill if they can find it.
We got the classic Ritsu pause.
Very nice.
This one is famous in NA servers.
What's a lord?
Now, do you think that they know the smoke is coming? I know they know for certain that they suddenly backed off after shoving out the top lane. The question is if they end up being Lisa here. Shadowfiend will just die instantly running into these heroes.
Yeah, I mean, he has a Yules to buy himself a little bit of time, but yeah, you're right. I mean, he runs into these heroes, he's definitely dead.
He's working on the BKB right now on the SF. You mentioned this at the start of the game. You know, against all these heroes with the heavy magical damage, you need a way to stay alive. But that means you're not dealing much damage yourself on this SF. And I think they would have been better off picking a different hero. You know, your first side of the Yule Scepter, you still got Brown Boots, and you're forced to go BKB after that. He's not having a good time here.
Yeah, I mean, he's at least keeping up in farm for the most part, right? He is ahead of Annihilate, Monkeys Forever, and him basically tied, only 10 gold difference. But the Shadowfiend, like you said, a lot of his money is going to be in defensive items. Once he has those, he has the Abyssal Blade queued up, which obviously, like we talked about, the Abyssal Blade into Requiem is quite funny.
I mean, it kills people.
It does.
This kills the Radiant heroes for sure. I'd say they're good to go. I do think that Lisa just ends up dropping here. Doesn't turn around immediately. Yep, he's...
Oh.
They saw the blast come out. Yeah.
B9's going to throw his body at the boys. He does have a ward on the high ground, actually, and allows him to have that vision to try and run away here. And B9 doesn't look like you're going to be able to escape here. Boris, as well as the rest of the team, gets that nice root on that first hit there. I guess when you consider Alacrity, Maelstrom is quite good.
Yeah, but so is Battle Fury, man.
I mean, you get more procs on Maelstrom, I think. It ends up doing more damage in the fights.
Trying to figure out the exact reason. You know, Boris will be the player that we're interviewing if he ends up winning this best of 3, so we get a chance to ask him.
Nice. I like to hear it.
If he wins.
Fairy Trinket on Rubik. Oh, it's so nice. Mid lane, he is going to find the Shadowfiend, throw him right into Annihilate. They force that defensive heal scrimmage immediately, and they drop him right into an ice wall. Oh, no. What a play.
That's a lot of damage coming out from the Invoker there. Nothing he's able to do. He dispelled the Witchblade and the Cold Snap by throwing himself up in the Yules, but he ends up dying anyways. This BKB is so important for him to pick up, sitting at 1 and 5. I mean, you can say, yeah, you're keeping up in farm with the Invoker,
Dire's
but
middle tower has
what
fallen.
you're doing with like the equal amount of gold is... Oh no.
Yeah, Lukey bottom lane. He tried to do what he could, but gets found once again, and he's doing what he can. Like, he's forcing them down here, but they still managed to get the mid-tier tier 2 tower.
Is under
And
attack.
Boris just went top and started farming.
Ritsu.
The Ag Shard on the Nature's Prophet now.
This is really all I need to really start popping off.
Wrath of Nature coming through, slaps B behind it. Do get the egg down on the high ground. Tornado's gonna finish off this Enchantress. The question is, can they get Ritsu? He commits the Battle Trance BKB immediately, and now the Orchid comes out. Monkeys Forever will take down Ritsu. They're gonna get the Phoenix with the Soul Bind, and look at once again the surround, right, Lalisa? What can you do? Oh my goodness, 4 heroes dead, simply 2-based.
Stuck in the ice wall, died practically right beside where he died the last time. Observer wards down over there. He controlled the entire map here on simply 2-base. There's nothing that they're able to do at this point. The backs are against the wall. 11k net worth up at 22 minutes into the game. And, you know, this Ritsu build, it feels like it's coming online too slow. They did a great job at delaying him getting this Battle Fury, and now still 600 gold off his Aghanim Scepter. And that alone with the Battle Fury isn't going to be enough to fight into them.
Mid lane, yeah, there's the EMP. Oh my god, I killed him. I actually did not die to that EMP, but he did. Full Lex, I suppose.
He's got a wand with 19 charges. I think he could have survived that one.
Yeah, I think he didn't think he would die to it either. But
Yeah.
you know what? It was definitely the magic amp, probably from Solar Bind, is what it was.
Yeah.
I think he underestimated how much damage that does.
Yeah, man, they're getting torn apart here. They're trying to min-max, and you're paying for it at every turn. I mean, now he's going for the Aghanim Scepter himself. They're going to struggle to do enough damage to heroes on simply 2-base at this point. I mean, yes, they're not playing the tankiest in the world, but so once you have this Abyssal Blade on Troll Whirler, I think he's just going to try to close out the game.
Yeah, and second Roche is going to respawn in just over 2 minutes. I'm very much enjoying Z-Freak's Astraling this game. Basically, just anytime he sees a hero, just throws an Astral from 1150 range and gets some extra mana going his way.
Yeah. It's going to be
He's
a
almost
long...
to an Aghanim Scepter.
He is.
Are scanning.
Oh, man. All right. It's going to be a longer Roche respawn. That is good for Dog Champ here, as they have a little bit of time to establish themselves on the map, shove the lanes out, which is exactly what Ritsu's trying to do right now.
He did get his Ags, so he's got something. He's too afraid to push the lane, actually.
That's insane. And now they're smoking up. They're grouped up. They could definitely kill Z-Freak here, running forward, but
nice
they reveal that they're smoked up. They know exactly what they're up to. Shouldn't have thrown those fire spirits out into the creep wave there.
You got a ward sentry here in the jungle scouting this rotation. They will find Ritsu with that. Imperium just able to glimmer cape himself and walk away.
Dire's bottom tower.
He's
like
almost to an Aghanim Scepter.
Yes. 520 gold away from it, and that is a massive boon to their team fight the Will-O-Wisp. Not as good as how it used to be, but...
All right. In the triangle here, Lukey caught for a moment, but Boris, he knows where Ritsu is. He's trying to pop the Battle Trance. Oh my god, goodbye. And now Ritsu on the run, but this Troll Warlord is angry as he gets that kill. No problem. Egg committed. They will take down Annihilate. So far, they managed to get one of the cores. There's an Astral, but Ray Lisa got nothing left in the tank as Boris just blinks around the fight. Yarn able to dive himself quite further away, but Z-Freak, he's got so much range on his spells. All they need to do is get the vision as he's gonna go. No way. Okay. Oh, the self-astral as well, but almost able to get out of there. The Atos coming in from Nature's Prophet.
And
And that's actually the finished Vipnir.
So it's the Gleipnir on the Nature's Prophet. The Troll Warlord does not have one. He's going through the Abyssal Blade right now, but that will potentially set up a Cataclysm for if he gets the Aghanim Scepter on the Invoker.
I mean, he's still 1 point Exort. I don't think it's on his list of things to do right now.
Dire's
that is
structures
true.
are fortified.
I'm surprised to see him, just completely max up with so little points in the Exort, but I guess it makes sense. Committing very heavily for the Quas Wex. Your team is doing tons of damage anyway. Boris able to sit on the front line. I mean, Z-Freak has been doing an insane amount of damage this game for a support.
Yeah, I mean, I Annihilate, Z-Freak, and Imperium are all basically the same net worth, and they're almost caught up with the Shadow Fiend as well. I mean, they are just so farmed on these supports. Aghanim Scepter, I believe, completed on Coddle. Yes, it is. Z-Freak decided to spend some money on support items, so he's not quite to his yet, but he's getting there.
Another 1,000 gold. That might be the last thing they're waiting for before they decide to try and close this game out. I mean, 2 charges on the Ashland Prison would be very big.
Oh my god, I didn't even consider that. Yeah. That's quite good.
It is quite good. If you could steal Requiem, that would be absolutely amazing. And with the cast range that Rubik now has, you can just blink into the Requiem after he completes it and snag it. The amped Requiem would do quite a bit on Rubik. Paladin Sword found by Monkey's Forever. They'll pass that over to Troll Warlord, I imagine. I'm gonna sit into the front line even easier. So they're very close to a couple of items. I think that they're strong enough to close this game out, but finishing up this Abyssal Blade here on Boris, finishing up the Aghanim Scepter here on Z-Freak.
Oh no, Ray Lalisa. That's good spotted. Yeah, the Elven Tunic dropped, and he was too afraid because he saw the hero start walking up onto the high ground, so he didn't want to show himself. And he almost didn't get the Elven
Dire's
Tunic.
top tower is under attack.
The game wasn't hard enough already. Speaking of doing his very annoying split pushing here on Monkeys Forever, thanks to that the Aghanim Shard, the Super Treants.
I like to imagine that they make really great charging noises anytime that they spawn.
Out of their mouths?
Yeah.
The little coconut mouths? Yeah. Look at this. This does so much damage. This is going to be nerfed. Look at this.
Dude, they're just taking a tower. Oh, no.
He has 2 of these every 8 seconds.
Did you go? Oh, he just... Oh, my gosh.
This is stupid. This is what we've done to our Dota. Ritsu's farming while this is happening, getting closer to his BKB, which is very important in this game.
I can hear monkeys laughing right now. Legitimately. I can hear his cackle as he just constantly sprouts these 2 greater treants and runs them at the tier 3 tower.
They can't do anything about it either. They can't leave their base to try and grab him.
They're trying to push the wave out so the backdoor protection comes in, but it's still not there. The tower is at 429 HP.
My pubs are going to be ruined because of this one. Oh, it seems the treant is on the other foot. I believe
but
that's...
can it kill its brethren is the question.
It is stronger.
It does have 70 more HP, or 70 more damage.
Victor HP. Yard is here with the assist. It ends up going down.
Boris has a Abyssal Blade, and Ray Lalisa tries to go for a cheeky Abyssal, or Blink Dagger ultimate in the mid lane. It ends up completely backfiring as he just gets destroyed. Boris can be able to help out, killing that OD as well. B9 getting pushed back by the Coddle, the Solar Bind just causing so much havoc. And there's the Rubik with the 2 Astrals. Oh my gosh.
There's so little that they're able to do. I wouldn't be surprised if they GG'd out right here. They might go for one last hurrah. BKB is complete here on Ritsu, who's trying to cut the creep wave.
There's a Rubik here. He's expecting this. Look at the cast range. Oh my god. He can just do this over and over.
Oh my, he's gonna get lifted after this, and then he's gonna get astral again. He tries to do anything.
What is this?
His game is ruined. He bought out too.
Oh god. All right.
with the prediction.
If there was a level of tilt that you like would reach from like any play in the game, that has to be the largest.
You're stuck there for 8 seconds. Oh no.
Mid lane, another great rotation in the tornado. They even commit the Will-O-Wisp. They take down the egg. 3 heroes dead. Luki force taps himself going for that self astral, but the GG is out, and my lord, simply TOOBASED just putting the hammer down in this game. 31,000 gold advantage as they close it up.
Beautiful play out of everybody on the side of simply TOOBASED here. You see Frick popping off on this Rubik. The amount of damage he did in these team fights was insane. Invoker, great job here in the mid lane. Everything.
team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and transition us in 3,
Radiant
2,
team
and
ban.
1. Hello everybody and welcome back to the NADPC League. My name is Art Cryptic. I've got Neff here with me, the proud boys of NA. We love this. We love this region, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
We got Simply
10
TOOBASED
seconds
and
remaining.
Team DogChamp coming up.
Yeah. These two
5
teams,
seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
hot and cold. I mean, Simply TOOBASED have been having a great run of things. DogChamp, not so much. And I imagine this is starting to get to them a little bit. They need a win, if not for winning the series, morale purposes. I feel. Did a pretty bad run against Arkosh, and just
10
now,
seconds
completely
remaining.
bodied by Simply TOOBASED. Z-Freak had a hell of a performance on
5
Rubik, and
seconds remaining.
it felt like nobody on DogChamp really popped off.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got a game 2 draft underway. Let's go ahead and jump in here. Whoop. Jerry got to fix that. What's he doing? It doesn't matter. I'm sure he's figured it out.
Radiant team
But
pick.
game 2 draft just about to start. Neff, what would you like to see different here for Team DogChamp?
I think they need to be more active on the map. They played a little bit slow. They wanted Monkey King to have farm, and they took a lot of 4v5 engagements because of that. Simply TOOBASED,
10
they
seconds
play at
remaining.
a different level, very organized, methodic Dota. They knew everything they wanted to do. They
5
knew where they
seconds
needed to go. Whenever
Dire
Ritsu was
team
farming, it's
pick.
because they were fine taking other objectives and letting him farm. And they go in for the Monkey King this time. This one ended up slipping past them. They did play it last game on XDDDD, who is Ritsu, their stand-in player. For anybody just tuning in now, Monkey
10
King, I feel like is a
seconds
hero that's
remaining.
too good to give up a lot of the time. I'm surprised they didn't first pick
5
that one again,
seconds
but
remaining.
they felt like it didn't work. You
Yeah,
wanna-
this hero, like, if given a decent lane and a good start, seems pretty much like one of the best carries in the
Radiant
game.
team pick.
It almost feels too strong. Oh, the Pangolier was left in. I didn't even notice. Lukey, very happy about that one.
Yeah, now here's the thing, Ricky. When you play North American Dota, it's all about mental warfare. This is the first time that Lukey has been allowed to play his Pangolier so
10
far in the
seconds
DPC. It was Simply TOOBASED making a statement, go ahead, pick your best
5
hero, we'll beat you with it
seconds
anyway? Or do you think they forgot about that? I think it's the
Dire
former.
team
I think we're just going to see... Oh, that was not what I was going to say.
Radiant team ban.
It is quite good though at dealing with Pangolier. Pit of Malice is such a nuisance. Firestorm is just an incredible ability, and now you have pretty much this like beefy frontline tank. There is not really
Dire
like many
team
counters
ban.
left in the pool thanks to the Monkey King being banned or being already selected, and now you can just ban out any of the other heroes that you don't want to deal with as the Underlord.
Yeah. I do think it's quite good. I mean, you get the Rod of Atos as well. It really stopped Pangolier
10
from doing anything. You end up getting
seconds
stuck in the Pit and Malice and the Atos for like, what, 6 seconds or something ridiculous like that?
5 seconds
It is
remaining.
pretty wild. They're gonna need, I mean, this is them playing a little bit faster. Like I mentioned, they have the puck, they have the Pangolier. I think a faster paced safe lane carry go well for them too. You think they'll take a Juggernaut here? They're playing against the Underlord here. It does do pretty well against that hero. Can fall back on spin, either get out of the Firestorm or the
Radiant
Pit.
team ban.
Lots of kill potential during the laning phase. Simply TOOBASED don't seem too worried as they ban out the Witch Doctor first.
That's what, honestly, I think Witch Doctor is more scary than any of these other heroes, just because Maledict is so good at dealing with Underlord, and then it's also very good against Monkey King.
10 seconds
Just in general, like you just throw Maledict on any hero before they BKB, and
Dire
suddenly
team
like
ban.
they can't really fight into it. So it makes a little bit of sense. Get rid of the Witch Doctor. As far as Underlord counters, though, yeah, you are right. Like there is a Juggernaut you have to be careful of. The Gyrocopter is another hero that comes to mind. We'll see what they
10
decide
seconds remaining.
to ban out last.
5 seconds remaining.
Last ban here. I guess they got. Oh, they get rid of the Rubik for themselves. Yeah, they don't want to give that one up. It seems.
Firestorm's so
Yeah.
difficult to give up.
Yeah, the pit feels very good on Rubik as well with the extra cast range. And of course, you're able to toss somebody up in the air afterwards. They're rooted back down again. Great spells to work with from Underlord. Dark Rift, we saw sick. I saw a sick play from. No, I was casting another series, I think, in the Chinese region. Rubik ended up getting across the map and lifting somebody immediately by stealing Dark Rift. When somebody thought that they were safe in one area. Bane banned out. That one is a very good one. It would limit a little bit of aggression here from simply 2-based. Or limit the counter to the aggression, rather. Sleeping somebody for a couple of seconds.
10 seconds remaining.
Last band
Radiant
coming
team.
out here. They end up getting rid of the Enigma. This hero started to come back into popularity a little bit, which is confusing to me. I'm not very big on it. Shadow Shaman picked up now. This hero got a pretty big buff. You saw what they did with Serpent Wards, right? A lot of people, they get the shards with the Serpent Wards at 20 minutes, and you can just use a shackle on a creep, and it'll shove out the creep wave. The shackles will last 8 seconds, regardless of how long you shackle somebody. It's very good for farming, and
5
it means you can max out
remaining.
your Hex and your shackles rather than maxing out your Aether Shock to farm and shove out lanes.
Yeah, and on top of it, one of the things that's so frustrating is if you don't have a way to cancel out the shackle in general, like this hero becomes a massive problem in fights. And Z-Freak, if I'm not mistaken, is an incredible Shadow Shaman player. It's one of the heroes that he kind of like made viable in a lot of different patches. Like he was one of the people that played it the most. Yeah, big fan of watching the Shadow Shaman in this game.
Now, next, they're going through a lot of reserve time here on Dog Champ. 30 seconds left. Is there anything to get on the back line? I think to ease it, to I guess kill this Shadow Shaman, pick him off, or burst him a little bit easier. Puck is pretty good with that one.
Radiant team picked.
Actually grab the Undying, so this will secure their safe lane, make it a little bit easier for whatever safe lane carry they pick. Probably something that's going to be a little bit weaker inside the laning phase. Do you think they'll fall back on something like a Phantom Assassin, Anti-Mage here, given this Undying
10
pickup?
seconds remaining.
You could.
What do you think they'll...
PA is not something we've
seconds
seen all that
remaining.
often, huh? I feel like that hero has kind of fallen off. I mean, Wraith King is still in the pool. It's not bad against the Underlord. The problem is you need to pick something that can beat Monkey King, and Wraith King just doesn't do that. I feel like that matchup is so difficult. As soon as he has the Aghanim Scepter, like Wraith King trying to go on top of MK, with the soldiers and stuff like that, just feels too difficult.
No. Wraith King plays something they have to be worried about here. And Undying will secure the lane early on for the Wraith King. Allow him to get his first couple of levels, some points into his crit, some points into Wraith Fire Blast, get the skeletons. And they grab the Ogre Man die next. They don't have anything. I mean, it goes all right with the Monkey King here, but it not the same power in the laning phase as something like the Undying. I think Dog Champ just doubles down with this early aggressive lineup they have at this point with the Puck, the Pangolier, with the Undying. They don't go Wraith King. They go maybe
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm kind of with you on this. They need something that fights early and is aggressive. I mean, you can do Troll Warlord again. Honestly, it's decent against the Underlord. It does well against the Monkey King as long as you have like decently like even net worth. Later in the game it becomes more difficult, but yeah, I think Troll might just be the pick. Oh, they go Slark. Oh,
I was thinking about that one here. That is a very early aggressive here that they picked up now, but it feels a little bit underwhelming at the same time. I think if they end up losing the lanes, there is no way they get back into it. They're just not going to have enough damage. Luki is amazing on this Pangolier, and he'll create tons of opportunities for them. Don't get me
5
wrong.
seconds remaining.
I'm also not a Slark fan, as you've heard me talk about again and again. You like the hero though.
I think Slark is good in certain games, and right now it's very good against the Underlord. The other thing you have to consider, though, is if you get caught without Dark Pact, you are so screwed in this game.
You
like,
are.
there's just There's just like there's
10
nothing you can
seconds
really
remaining.
do if you get caught without your Dark Pact. Shadow Shaman is just so good at
5
controlling the
seconds
Slark.
remaining.
The other thing too is like the Underlord's Pit of Malice is difficult to play around in general as Slark, like because if anyone's like standing in it or near it, like Dark Pact will disrupt the first route, but the second route just comes in immediately after.
Yeah. Yeah, Blink Dagger on Z-Freak here, if he's playing the Shadow Shaman, is going to be essential against this Slark, though. Otherwise, you're going to struggle to actually get onto him before he activates that Dark Pack. So,
10
Blink
seconds
Hex, and
remaining.
if anybody's going to be able to find the farm, it is Z-Freak. I mean, look at what he did to them in the
5
last game. It
seconds
was pretty crazy. Viper
Radiant
banned
team
out, a
dire
little bit
team
surprising to me. He's already against
Radiant
the Slark.
team picked.
But I think they're worried about them just grappling them here. An Outworld Devourer grabbed out last. One of those strongest heroes inside the patch would somehow made it through to the second last pick here.
They will take it, and that's a Rayla Lisa special for sure. Mid lane, the last pick here going to be for Annihilate. I mean, they could.
10 seconds.
And they just
Pugna.
need to pick something again that they're familiar with.
Pugna.
Is it Pugna?
5 seconds.
It's got to be
remaining.
Pugno, man. Look at this. These heroes that they're playing against here. Keep Monkey King alive on the front line. Do tons of damage with the ward to do so much work this game. Save yourself from the Slark if he tries to pounce on you with that Decrepify. You already have a solid front line between Underlord, Monkey King, Ogre, Magi. I think Pugna is pretty good here. You don't have the best time in the world in the mid lane against the Puck.
Well, I think it's mid OD.
Well,
I think they're going to forward position the Puck. Do you, or do you
I think they'll
Rayla
run the
Lisa's
OD
gonna
as
take-
support.
Okay.
I'm thinking that they'll run the OD as support. I'm not positive though.
I mean, I guess
We'll
they
have
can
to
do
see.
either or,
Yeah. Anyway, 50 seconds to work with here. They're not certain what they want to grab just yet. Talking it through with the rest of the team. A little bit of extra damage wouldn't hurt. Pugna does tick that box. What do you have in mind here?
That's
What do you
the
have on your bingo card?
Well, I don't know, because the heroes that I think would have been good are all banned. Bloodseeker.
Choose your
Okay.
Interesting. That is your Slark counter right there. It's also your Pangolier counter.
And
Dropping
you can
the
take
Rupture.
Monkey King to the mid if you want. So they have some
there's-
options. Either or, honestly, I think Bloodseeker can go mid here. You do see Yarn on the puck, so it is Rayla Lisa OD. And Bloodseeker has way more sustain than he used to do. The changes to Thirst pretty much takes you back to like the old school Bloodseeker days. I'm not sure if you remember just like regaining like 15% of your health off every creep and just out sustaining the lane. But they will have the option here. It looks like they're still trying to decide exactly what they want to do.
Yeah, it's going to be Muckus Forever on the Underlord. He hadn't locked in either, so there was talk of him playing it mid as well. So I Annihilate is going to be playing the Monkey King, and it will be Boris on the Bloodseeker here.
Love to see it. All right. Game number 2 coming up here between Simply TOOBASED and DogChamp. Game 1 was just Simply TOOBASED all the way. I mean, they looked so freaking good. Ritsu should have a pretty good lane against the Underlord in every way. I mean, this lane is super difficult for the Underlord to play. The only thing you can really do is just Firestorm 1 lane as fast as possible and start pulling. Or you have to have like your 4 position pull for you.
Do you think they'll try to play Bloodseeker aggressively against Ritsu on this Slark here? I feel like you can't really let him pop off. They did a decent job of shutting him down last game. Effective strategy, in my opinion. Do you go back for that here, or you just play regular safe lane Bloodseeker?
I think you just safe lane the Bloodseeker because it is pretty decent against Pangolier. You pretty much force him to save Swashbuckle for Bloodright. Otherwise, he just gets caught and will die. So we'll see. But good old Monkeys Forever Underlord right there as he just ice skates around the floor.
Look at that. 6,525 wins, 5,665 losses. This is a man who has played Dota 2. A game or two in his time.
Yeah, like 1 or 2 at least for sure.
He's dabbled.
Prepare for battle.
9. He's got his Undying fully decked out as well, despite only being level 8. A 1 and 3 man decay. Very nice.
I'm seeing
I know
red,
I can trust you guys.
and it's amazing.
I'm really curious to see how Ritsu is going to do in this lane. I mean, like I said, if you're Underlord, probably just max the Firestorm.
Yeah.
And just shove the lane as much as possible because you can't afford to trade with the Slark. He just does too much damage.
Yeah. You can't give him any of those essence shift stacks just building up. In the mid lane, looks like both teams scattered out each other's observer ward. Both of them were planted at nearly the exact same time.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Was any of them smoked?
30 seconds to battle.
They met each other like up and down the hill. This one obviously being closer, and the other one, Monkey King getting there a little bit faster as he turned himself into a Kraken at 380 movement speed. This is a very nice ward, by the way.
The deep lane bottom.
This was
Yeah.
over before it started.
Rarely get
Doesn't get
de-warded.
dewarded.
Yeah.
Top lane B9 trying to contest the
The
bounty
battle
rune. They're going to
begins.
potentially wrap around here on Z-Freak and Ogre. Hit that ignite. Ritsu has to be I mean, yeah, it's like he's probably gonna go pounce one just to be able to survive, but Z-Freak still holding a point. I don't think it really matters too much for him. You might go the Aether Shock just so you can secure the range creep. Yeah,
He's
that's exactly
gone.
what he's gonna do.
Pounce up another couple seconds here, but Ritsu looks like he'd rather just sit in the lane. Z-Freak was a bit out of position there. He does have boots, so he'd be able to walk away.
The good old ranged Treant Protector, also known as Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, this guy's base damage is absolutely insane. And he didn't come to lane with enough regen here on the Undying, sending himself out to salve in an extra mango, but I feel like the shot alone isn't going to be enough. Yeah, nice grab. Oh, he could go down here.
Oh, Z-Freak. Some duking having in both lanes. His bottom lane, Lukey and Yaren were getting pretty low to the Boris's Bloodseeker and the Ogre.
Monkey's Trevor with the body blocks yet again. Last time it was on his Treants, who's blocking people. This time with his hero. He's got the big boy Underlord.
So to go Atrophy Aura 1, they have to make sure they can't get a pull, and Bloody 9 looks like he's just going to get the hard camp pull through.
Fortune's change.
Maybe not. Does it get the out attack? It does. So that's a fantastic pull there from B9, and it's going to deny a decent chunk of experience there on over to Monkeys. Reset the lane equilibrium as well.
Yeah. Knows exactly what's going on there, but we'll end up getting the design off on B9. Very nice.
Yeah, he needs to get this Pearl Summoner. This is a lot of golden experience if he can get it. Help him out quite a bit.
I haven't had the chance to look over here at mid lane yet. I Annihilate. Very odd that he decided to point to Dedu Master against a ranged hero. I'm not sure he's ever going to get his hands on Ray Lalisa, with having Astral Imprisonment to fall back on.
Yeah, definitely an odd one. I mean, OD doesn't have like the longest attack range, but Monkey King, like you said, you just get Astraled, and then you don't really have a way of building up those stacks that easily.
Yeah. A little bit like always to point out. I like what Ritsu did last game. You know, he's playing against what's that dodge too? I Annihilate off his game, it seems. But in the last game, Ritsu maxed out his Dance's Primal Spring first, as he knew that very rarely who's actually going to get the stacks off. Nature's Prophet. Bottom
A lot
lane.
of kind of lane pulling from this top lane. They don't really have a choice. Like, they can't really afford to put monkeys near this Slark, and so as long as Bloody 9 is able to continue pulling, he's definitely winning the lane.
Yeah, committed onto Yaren there, but he actually managed to dodge the blood right that came out into him with the phase shift. A bit of an odd choice, you know, playing support Puck, getting this at level 2, but against a Bloodseeker it is very necessary. Things relatively even right now. Actually, probably pick up a little bit. We go about 4 minutes into the game. The supports start to rotate for those power runes towards mid. Neither of these mid laners like picking up bottle, but still pretty important scouting those ones out.
I just realized like how this is legitimately like one of the best Bloodseeker games ever. You know, you're against Lukey's Pango, you're also against the Slark. Like both these heroes struggle so much against Bloodseeker.
Bloodseeker. He was nerfed though. You have to keep that in mind. His blood rate damage was reduced by I think 60 at level 3.
Yeah,
or
but
level
Thirst
4.
got mega buffed.
Yeah. A lot of people like to run the Bloodseeker as like, you know, a bit of a bulky offlaner. Engagement. I don't think much is going to come of it though. Actually, he's dropping pretty low on monkeys.
They don't have Pounce anymore, was already committed, so it looks like he's just going to salve up. I mean, he just needs to get to mana boots and essentially jungle, right? Or just kind of like, oh, they've caught B9 out of position. He has no mana to work with. That's going to be the first blood going to monkeys. Z-Freak, what a sick play. 2 points in the shackles.
Not really what you expect, but that's one of the benefits of how they changed around the Shadow Shaman, right? Suddenly you don't have to max out your Ether Shock anymore to shove out lanes or farm thanks to the Shard, and oh my god, he's got it again!
That shouldn't happen.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, the Dark Pact is on cooldown, even nothing he's able to do. Monkey's tipping Z-Freak. I mean, the guy's having another incredible game already.
Did he like did he approach the wave inside of a firestorm or something? Does he have a bottle?
He
Oh
did.
my god, monkeys does have bottle.
I mean, maybe he just wasn't expecting the shot, because I mean, it just came off a cooldown right there as he came into him, reduced by 2 seconds every level. No one expects the 2 points into shackles at level 3.
He's gonna try it
going
again.
forward again.
Like Ritsu just has to be so afraid now because you have the firestorm and that shackle duration is just gonna hold you there for so long. There it is once again. The amount of damage Ritsu, he just gets his pounce blocked as well. He just lost like 2/3 of his health again. Monkey's going to continue applying pressure underneath the tower. They have a shackle. Once again, Firestorm under there as well. Ritsu does have Dark Pact, but no Pounce, trying to just run for his life. He's just getting chased down by his lumbering beast.
He's having a horrible time up here. I mean, he's still continuing to CS underneath all this, sitting at 27-7. Pretty impressive, given the amount of pressure that they're putting on him. All right, they're waiting for it. They knew he'd Dark Pact there, and there it is. Let's see the shackle.
There's not nothing inside he's able to... Firestorm, though, so he does have to be careful. And nice Soul Rift there. It's going to be Z-Freak that ends up falling to Ritsu. Does get the Hex off, body blocks in from B9, and they will find it. Yeah, you need that 3rd point in Firestorm for sure.
Thanks for that.
I was surprised. I think Monkeys Forever was afraid about giving both of them up right there, or the Undying just being able to get the 2-man decays off. Oh,
Boris went to 3 points in Thirst. I was curious if he'd do it. I mean, yeah, like I said, it did get a huge buff. He had 92 health for a range creep or a melee creep that dies near him. Yeah, quite a bit.
Denied.
Lukey struggles to get anywhere close to the lane because there's none of your harass is actually going to stick onto this Bloodseeker. Forced to get back again and again here. Bloodseeker at 2,800 net worth to 2,150 here on Lukey.
Mid lane, I Annihilate. Actually pretty even with Ray Lalisa. Considering the mismatch there. Bottom lane, gonna go for that Blood Right zone. Lukey back the opposite direction. Nice Fire Blast there. Boris, if he gets this kill, he's gonna get so much health back. Ends up going over to Empyrean thanks to that Ignite.
You get a little bit if heroes within 300 AoE, so he heals up just a smidgen. But this cowboy giving 158. Yeah, he clears his creep wave. He's going to be back up to full by the time Lukey's back in lane. Top lane. Play 9.
Monkeys goes down.
They find another kill up here. 2 permanent agility on Ritsu. He does have infinite scaling this game.
Radiant's
Nice.
top tower is under attack.
I'm pretty sure that this is still bugged in some way, the Essence Shift. There's been like times when I've just actually gotten the last hit on a hero and just didn't get the permanent Essence Shift, and I don't know why.
Interesting. That is a little bit bizarre. Yes, we are still in a beta, though. You have to keep that in mind. There are little things in the game. Maybe if Dota was out a little bit longer, wouldn't have to deal with those kinds of bugs.
Yeah, you gotta give the developers, a couple
some
months
time.
to get out of beta.
Some time. There's other things they're working on.
Boris bottom lane level 6 has the Orb of Corrosion, and I'm assuming, oh, he went Treads. Okay, I was like, I'm assuming he's going like Phase Boots, but goes Treads instead. Curious if he's gonna opt for the Aghanim Shard because it's 2% max health is per damage per auto attack. It seems better than it is, I think. Like you see that, you're like, wow, that's pure damage per auto. That seems really cool. And then you try it and you're like, oh, it's really not. So we'll see what he decides to do.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've seen like a safe lane Bloodseeker.
Now,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
it has. I mean, the hero's fallen off. One of the major reasons why people were picking is, I think I was trying to touch on earlier, was the amount of pure damage you do with Blood Raid. And losing 60 pure damage is quite a bit. It stopped people shoving out towers. The 6-second silence on it is absolutely amazing. That part wasn't nerfed, but he is definitely a bit weaker after losing the burst potential on the hero. This game he was just too good to pass up against the Slark and the Pangolier, though. It made sense to grab it.
So OD has that Meteor Hammer now completed. So mid lane, if you leave for too long, Ray Lisa can definitely take the tower with the Meteor Hammer. But Z-Freak, he's just been hanging out, getting some solo experiences. They've rotated I Annihilate to the bot, and they've sent the other hero to the jungle. Bottom rune here, Yarn able to get that jaunt away. A lot of damage coming out from Luki's Pango. He's going to try and turn away onto I Annihilate. Gets that disarm. Bound the strike will stun him for the time being. They could potentially just turn this if Luki doesn't have a swashbuckle for a few more seconds. And I Annihilate does have that 2 points in Jingu, 4 points in the Primal Spring. If he gets another disarm, oh my god, he does. Luki, the madman, just gets him.
He's got his stick. He's got a mango in his backpack. He's swapping in, but he might be able to get away. And he does. Disarms him, slows him.
Unbelievable.
The luck on this man.
Good old Pangolier.
Lucky Shot is an absolutely disgusting ability that should be removed by the game, but my god, Luki manning up as if it's the only option there, and he gets it done.
Top lane coil onto Boris. He drops the Blood Right and a Rupture onto Ritsu, but he can't survive this all by himself. In comes Monkeys Forever. Nice Pit of Malice, giving him some space, but they get the kill anyway. And there's going to be a couple tips coming out. A little bit of pause action.
Yeah, one tip each way. Just standing his ground and fighting there on the Slark. Because Bloodseeker is dead, you don't have to worry about that thirst giving you vision of him not regening back up with the Shadow Dance. I think he's just a little bit above the threshold anyways, though. So Slark will be able to get out of this one. Nothing they can do. Well, Z-Freak is actually holding on to the tome here in the mid lane, and I don't think... I don't know. I was going to say, I don't think he needs this one. He could probably pass this somebody else's way, but given his performance on the Rupik last game, I think if you give him a little bit of farm, he accomplishes a lot with it.
Yeah, I mean, the only other hero that you could maybe justify it on would be the Underlord, but Z-Freak's going to still do work with levels on Shaman. I mean, getting to like max level like Hex and Shackles, or even just like an extra point, couple extra points in Ethershock, like this hero's spells scale so well.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't really need to put the extra points in the other shock anymore. You got it before for like nuke, burst damage, and shoving out lanes and farming, right? But
yeah.
Given the Aghanim Shard now, you just use Shackles on the creep wave and it spawns 4 wards to clear it out. That in creep camps.
That is true. Mid lane, Ray Lisa going for that tower with the Meteor Hammer. Z-Freak unable to make it in time to cancel that.
Nice try. Catapult on this side, eventually shove out a lane with that one, but it looks like other things planned on the side of simply TOOBASED. I Annihilate. Not having, I mean, 66 isn't that bad. It's not having an amazing game, but doing it how Ritsu was
under attack.
His Monkey King previous game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's just got this Aura of Corrosion cute the KD. Luki's gonna go ahead and dive the bottom lane here. It's rotation in from B9 and Yarn. They drop the Tombstone. Coil is available in 14 seconds, but it's just not even necessary. Yeah, plenty of damage coming out from these heroes. Lots of magic, and that's one of the things that Monkey King suffers with the most.
Yeah, very high armor here, but slowly getting blown up to awkward position in the lane.
And the fire oh my gosh. Ray Elisa, good night, sir. You are not surviving this one. Boris will find that kill. Decent of experience that's gonna go their whole way. They can leave the tower at
Radiant's
98
bottom
feet. Should be able
tower is under attack.
Yeah. This becomes what a 50 gold swing, almost 1,000 XP.
Radiant's bottom
Z-Freak doing a lot of
tower
work
has
with this silly string that he's got.
Dude, I'm a big fan of silly strings.
I knew at the moment they picked Shadow, I'm gonna be Z-Freak this year. I've been doing a ton of work. I mean, he's been getting important kills on all these heroes.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing
Radiant's
is like I said,
bottom tower
Z-Freak
is under attack.
used to play Shadow
Dire's
all
top
the time.
tower
This was one of
is
his
under
heroes
attack.
that he like made viable in several
Radiant
matches in the
structures are
region.
fortified.
It was warranted
Dire
at
are
certain times.
scanning.
So
I think people have forgotten how strong
Hey,
it's kind of like power creep and being very strong again. It's definitely very good at the moment. That's the one buff that needed for you to change your skill build around a little bit with that Aghanim shard. Putting down the trees, I think he's hoping that somebody comes back down here. Then all he has to do is what the heck, somebody TP and then shackle him afterwards, and that's exactly what he's doing. Lukey, he's back down here.
oh baby, there it is. Acceleration, shackle into a blood ride, and this guy. He's so patient. I saw him TP out for like 30 seconds ago. I was like, yeah, I'll wait it out.
Yeah.
And it's going Luki, and now Boris has a free lane to just farm it up.
Yeah. He waited long. Yeah. Very nice play there by him. Again, shutting down Lukey, pretty big deal. Man's Maelstrom's going to be delayed quite a bit now, which will slow down his farm, of course, and make the jungle that much safer for Boris, who is working on the Maelstrom.
Oh, mid lane, the Hex onto the puck. You're kidding me. Z-Freak sets up another kill on the Yarn as he tried to go for a cheeky little Winning Rift orb out.
Yeah.
But he had already targeted the Hex. Flanked out. They do have the Rolling Thunder coming on through. Will step up Monkeys. They don't have any way to help him here. So much magic amp coming in from that Undying as well.
Yeah, grabbing that kill is pretty important. But losing kill the
Yeah, mid Boris, he gets a rupture, but he's just gonna, look, the shackle well from Z-Freak. He's juking it through, trying to stay away from Ray Lisa. They're gonna miss the boundless strike, but B9, he gets him with the soul rip. Oh my god, a coil gonna make space as well. They're not gonna find anything. In goes Slark very aggressively, but Ritsu is gonna be able to protect himself thanks to that Shadow Dance. They will take down Z-Freak. Another pounce on forward to the Ogre. Yarn will finally die. Underlord catches that Meteor Hammer, but Ritsu, he's out of mana. Can they get the kill? Monkeys goes down first. Lukey trying to do what he can, but Boris cleaning house as he buys back into the game.
Yeah, no lucky shot proc in that time. You don't get the disarm. You got away with murder last time, but I like he ends up being the winner of the fight. Stark, Ritz, you know, you got just going completely aggressive, but the state of build isn't what he needed for that kind of aggression, unfortunately. Fight ending, going about 500 gold swing the way of simply 2-based and XP 1,000 their way. Grand scheme of things, let's see, 2-based are happy about that.
Yeah, Underlord's just going to rift to the mid lane. And they're going to and do this tier 1 tower push. They have Catapult alive. Even Z-Freak closing on him under the cover of a smoke. You could drop the wards here. Ritsu, it's like you don't have a lot of help on the side. Z-Freak just finds the puck. There's going to be a nice blood right after the stun comes in. They will trade 1-for-1. The wards are already down plus the tombstone. Lukey not going to commit with that thunder. Back to the fight period has been found by Ray Lalisa. He's going to try and chase him. Annihilate a lot of damage as well as the Rolling Thunder's just gone through blood right there. Plus the Pit of Malice. If he can keep himself alive, he'll be fine. But I keep getting disarmed. They cannot escape.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
These disarms from Lukey are ridiculous. Monkey King. This is going to be the issue that he has all game up until he gets his right now. It feels pretty bad if he forced to go Orb of Corruption face to the BKB on MK. Absolutely necessary in what he's dealing with.
I mean, they are so far ahead already on the side of Dog Camping. But 6,000 gold lead and all 3 of course. Now charge top Corruption, now Blood Red. Gonna protect him, but Monkey's as that Firestorm here should get the puck here. Ooh, a lot of help coming back his way. Face that soul rip, but Boris, he's gonna go down instead. He just gets turned on by Rip, as well as the Iconic. They have more damage, and now another Astral into me. They find Z, 2 kills. Going away of Dogchamp. They are just running over.
Yeah, I annihilated, realizing the direction that team fight was going as well, and just opted to TP bottom, and they're smoking up to go on him down here. I think he realizes that they want to get him.
Radiant's middle
on the
tower
tree
is under
is a
attack.
dangerous place to be. Luki does have his scrolling blade and
Radiant are scanning.
scout him out with that Luki orb. Up the last these fights though pretty heavily going the way of Dogchamp, and I don't think they were expecting this kind
Radiant's
of early
bottom
aggression
tower
here
is
from
under
or
attack.
them to be winning this hard this early on simply 2 days, but they went for this early aggression lineup. It's been working out for them quite well. Still is mid-tier bottom lane, just dropping the meat.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, this is getting very out of hand, and this is what I was afraid of with the Underlord this early in the draft. Is like there are a lot of heroes you have to be worried about when you pick the Underlord, and you know they end up banning out the supports instead and leave Slark in the pool, who is one of like the most frustrating heroes to play against. And he has this Orb Corruption, Midas, now Diffusal, and he's working towards that Shadow Blade, and Ritsu is just going to be popping off this game as he now eclipses the 10,000 net worth.
Dire's top tower is under
Rough
attack.
go things to start, you know, taken down in lane, but that counter kill that he managed to grab on Z-Freak, I think made a pretty big difference.
Tier 2 top, Z-Freak, and Annihilate are
Dire's
here
top tower is under
debating on the
attack.
wards, but haven't committed quite yet. He's a little bit afraid.
Big thing for some sort of
Radiant's middle
initiation.
tower
I mean,
is
that's
under attack.
what he's been doing.
Dire's
A
top
lot of lane
tower
on
is
us
under
a
attack.
couple of times here.
Over
If it-
will be found. Another kill by Ritsu Slark. Now up to 9 permanent agility.
The infinite scaling here.
Oh, Coil on. Let's see. He's gonna snap at him. High ground here is Iron. He to have his available. Z-Freak finds the puck. Being committed to Iron. Furious work. Bound the strike. Takes down that Undying. And Boris gets a lot of health back now. Luke in pursuit gets a ton of damage out from that fucking mushroom. This was B as well.
Yeah. He ended up going for the Monkey King there, but suddenly they can't stand the ground against the Slark anymore. He's doing too much work with just this Diffusal Blade in the hand of Midas. Once he has the Eye of Scotty complete, I don't think we can fight him in the so ultimate anymore. 17 now. I can't farm fast as this Slark at this point. They do control the map. They need to somehow, you know, take this mid tier 1 to make it harder for them to make these rotations around the map here on Dogchamp, but struggling to find the time, and now Mass Serpent Ward's on cooldown for another 60 seconds.
And I don't know what your Bloodseeker is anymore. Your Bloodseeker has 6,000 net worth at 21 minutes. Like this hero isn't offering anything in these fights. Like he's a Rupture, you know, which is pretty good, but he just dies.
Yeah. I think he might eventually need to go Aghanim Scepter to have the multiple charges on his Rupture to shut down both the Slark and the
Radiant's top
Pangolier, but
tower is
he's
under
very
attack.
far off getting anything like that right now, and there's very little space to work with.
Oh, mid lane, they've caught Luki on his Pango, and nice initiation. There's gonna be the Soul Rip on the backside. Keeps looking, he misses the Boundless Strike. He's out. Oh no, and here comes the Rolling Thunder. Underlord, he's just channeling this Dark Rift. He's getting the boys out. The Astral, however,
It will
is
bring
gonna
him.
yeah, it's like it will take him all the way back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, you know, not a good mechanic in my opinion, but whatever. It sets up they think about doing Roshan here. Slark, unfortunately, not a great hero. They do this one pretty slow, but they committed a lot in that last team fight.
He's got the
KB still
Scotty,
on
man.
cooldown.
He is so strong. You have to be able to jump into this pit. I mean, Boris is like really the only way to do it with that blood right on the high ground. It's gonna be punched dog about the fight again. Yeah, BKB channeling into that meter. Her time stunned, but on the back side, holding both these heroes in place. Of course, he can't get to Luki's Pango. And he's just running around this. I'm not really sure who he can target. His two heroes are dead. Z-Freak, he's got to just stand here on the front side, but he just get popped by Luki once again, or might finish it, but in comes Ripper. He has the pounce. It's end for the side of Simply TOOBASED. They just can't win these fights.
Torn in every single direction. Taking these scrappy fights are exactly what Pango and Slark love doing. They can't hold in one piece anymore, and you know, trying as he can, getting torn apart there. Oh, gee, well, really, he ripped apart the Monkey King, who didn't have his BK up in that. Again, is one of the reasons why they thought it was safe to take Roshan. Wasn't these big ultimates they had available besides whether or not they can fight into that. It is the Monkey King's BKB. One of the most crucial things here. Now complete dominance over the map. 15k network lead here at only 23 minutes into the game.
Yep. Game 1 was a stomp for Simply TOOBASED, and Game 2 right now incredibly good for DogChamp.
DogChamp, they very much in this right now. Last 3 games for them, not looking very good, but very convincing right now. They don't in the late game, and given the fact you went for this BKB first build on the Monkey King, you're going to struggle to find the to get back into it as well.
Under attack.
Yeah. Also finish the Weasel on Luke in bottom lane. They find Boris once again on the Bloodseeker. No BKB even close. They'll be able to finish off that kill. I annihilated some trouble as well as Luke used to chase into the base. He does have to kill. I think he's just trying to force it. The BKB on Ray Lisa, but he just snaps down the kill on top of that Ogre. Has to be careful as he's going pretty far. Z-Freak trying to get the shackles. A nice ward play out of the base, and now Annihilate, his BKB's been committed for this battle. Strike does catch the OD, but it's silent from the Underlord. He can't do anything. He's getting surrounded. The disarm, he's dead. Oh my gosh.
That BKB expected nothing the Monkey King was going to be able to do. He knew that he had to go forward, he needed to get the kill, or everything would fall apart, and everything is falling apart.
Oh my gosh. They are so far ahead here.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Able to Boris, he's hesitant to even go out there and throw a blood out, so he opts to start pushing out top way. This tier 3, this rack, they're definitely going to lose here.
This Seeker,
it
looks on guys. Seeker game, it has just done nothing. It feels just, you know, it's just too bad.
Simply too bad.
Simply too bad. I don't think this is. We saw Boris play a great game 1. Just Bloodseeker doesn't have much to the table here.
It's fault. I mean, his job was to shut down the Spark and the Pangolier, but he's not able to do either of those things. They don't pump out enough damage without board popping off, and they don't do enough damage given the item being picked up.
Scanning.
Looks like they these two the safe link carry not doing enough damage. Of course, Monkey isn't able to do enough either just with this BKB build. And your offlane is Underlord. Yes, you can pop out lots of magical damage, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think the one more bad here from TOOBASED is just a GG scenario. They're going to find Z-Freak here on the Shaman, and a nice swashbuckle doing quite a bit of damage to get the kill with the Tombstone. Blink in aggressively here from Luki. Monk's just going to immediately start trying to channel that Dark Grip. Doesn't matter. Luki is dead right outside. Is afraid of. And Rupture up, Luki upright is down. He takes a lot of damage from this, but Boris still can't do anything about it. And pump fake, I'm not really sure what to do. I think his tier 2 tower stage is still available for another minute and a half.
Has fallen.
Yeah, this probably be another set of racks here. Still a BKB on the Monkey King is the one thing you need to take the fight, but the lead is starting to get ridiculous.
BKB. Oh my god, the damage from the OD! You're kidding me.
816 damage to the Monkey King. He lost half his HP there just to one spell.
He did not expect it, and yeah, that's it. as bad as to get the puck.
7k net worth up now. Things are just getting worse and worse. You got a lot of XP for grabbing that puck, sure, but you expended your BKB again.
Nice Astral there to save. Well played. And Rolling Thunder still available. They're gonna go ahead and still shackle up the Slark, but does get that blood, the Dark Pact all the time.
The battle of he just for another 8 seconds there to find everything they can.
Yeah, blink on forward aggressively. Great initiation. I mean, they can just continue the chase. These guys have so much damage. They're just so far ahead. Luki just rolls on by as he gets himself another kill. Ray Lisa gets a second hit. The monkey kick is enough.
Triple kill.
This is a slap for us. GG's out, and it will tie the series 1-1.
Disconnects from the game, and that is it. I don't think that they should keep going with this one. They're in position to start the so Dog Champ, they take them. So their first victory here in the DPC.
Yeah, this last pick Slark
5 seconds to back. team back. Radiant team back. Radiant team pick. Puck! Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Monkey King. Radiant team pick.
Points away.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ooh, okay, so that kind of fills the same role as like the puck, right?
Yeah. It's an excellent counter to the Pangolier. I mean, Pangolier obviously has an easier time dealing with it than Timbersaw that we saw earlier today. Just doing an amazing job on that one. But it is a counter. It plays very well with a number of heroes. The question is, who's going to be your Grimstroke counter this game? Do Dogchamp focus on banning all of those out right now, or are they worried about other things?
I would assume they're probably worried about other things, because the thing is Grimstroke just wants to be able to soul bind that Luki Pango as soon as he's uses that Rolling Thunder. And I would say they're probably going to ban out the I Annihilate Invoker just because it is so good against the Pangolier. That Cold Snap just makes it so impossible to be able to get those spells off.
And Man did an excellent job with Invoker in game number 1. That's definitely something that they need to be super worried about. The Cold Snap stopping him from being able to do anything.
5 seconds
is something
remaining.
they were missing in the last game. Now, ban's coming out on simply 2-base. Things that combo very well with Pocket. They get rid of the Rubik here, which is interesting to me. Not something that I'd be super concerned about at this point in the draft. It doesn't counter Monkey King too hard. It doesn't counter Grimstroke too hard, even though the Stroke of Fate, having that from like probably like 1400, 1500 range, thanks to that extra cast range from Arcane Supremacy, is a bit annoying to deal with. I think that it kind of foreshadows what they plan on taking on simply 2-based instead. Which could be something like Lena, something like Enigma. Not sure exactly.
Radiant team back.
Leshrac now banned out on side of Dogchamp, so getting rid of I guess mid laners and off laners a little bit here. Tower pushing for sure is a lot of what Leshrac gives you. In 7.28 as well, which is surprising. He's got very popular towards the end of 7.27.
10 seconds
I believe his Aghanim Scepter now makes him and everyone around him ethereal. So he's got the super disco pony look.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know if it's actually good is the thing. Like on paper, you're like, yeah, this seems pretty sick, but I don't know, man.
People said the same thing about the lightning storm. It ended up just owning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, free lightning storm that has no cooldown, right? And you know, doesn't cost extra mana is pretty sick.
Rid of the Nature's Prophet as well. It was way too annoying to deal with. You cannot give that up to monkeys forever. I mean, the 8-second cooldown on the sprout and just sending super treants at your tower. So every 2 seconds, he took down to like what the mid tier 3 from like 2,000.
It was top tier 3 from max health down to 429.
Yeah. It's way too strong. I'm glad they got rid of that one. Outworld now picked up. It's all right against the Pangolier. I mean, being able to Astral Prison him as he starts to try to set up a Rolling Thunder, or anyone he starts comboing up, you can save out for 4 seconds, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah. A little bit of a deny pick too, since obviously they like to run it here on Dogchamp, taking it 2 games in a row, and they respond with the Undying again. You know, not a bad hero. The amp damage from Flesh Golem is pretty substantial when you have Coil and Rolling Thunder just rolling on by, just doing so much work. So you do have to be careful with that. It is generally just a pretty strong lane hero as well.
Yeah.
Simply 2 base. I mean, they gotta get something here, because the question is, where's the OD going? Do you think it's mid lane I Annihilate?
Earth.
Okay, there's the Earthshaker.
Interesting. Earthshaker was changed around in a bit of an interesting way. You still have this issue with the hero where he's a little bit too awkward to put anywhere during the laning phase, but still needs to somehow find XP and gold to get his initial Blink Dagger. His Aghanim Shard allows you to stun out along your Fissure
5 seconds remaining.
with Aftershock, so you can hold somebody in place from very far away.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat, but doesn't really solve that early laning phase problem. Or none of the changes in 7.28 have changed around that early laning phase problem that he has. It consistently wins games. I mean, I think Earthshaker has been like on the grand finals team of basically every TI.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stuns are good.
I think the shard is actually one of the better shards in the game. It's just one of those things where it's so expensive from a support position where you need a Blink Dagger. Most games you need a Force Staff, and you know, getting 1,400 additional gold for the shard is pretty rough. Wow. Okay, they lock in the Terror Blade.
Bold pick. It is quite good against the Monkey King, having tons of armor to work with, being able to stand your ground a lot of the time. But against very heavy magical damage or your damage here from the Outworld Destroyer and its Earthshaker Grimstroke, you know, the stun, the silences, it doesn't feel as good. The Undying will secure your lane for you, but this hero feels a bit squishy to me. I think they should have continued with what they were doing in the previous game and gone for a very aggressive carry, a very aggressive lineup.
So the question is Monkeys taking the OD, or is this I Annihilate? And I think it's I Annihilate, and we're looking for Monkeys Forever on the last pick here for 2-based.
I know that's something he likes doing in his pubs. I mean, Broodmother especially. I'm not sure what they grabbed here last time. Do you think Broodmother is still viable if you've waited this long to pick your Monkeys Forever hero? Is that something
not
that you're worried about?
It's so bad in the Pango.
It's one player specialty against the other. Lukey's probably quite familiar with that matchup.
Yeah, you just put the Pangolier in whatever lane the Broodmother goes, and then there's not much you can do. Pretty much just stuck lane cutting and jungling.
Going through last the reserve time, thinking about this last ban. September saw they end up getting rid of something that Terrorblade would have struggled against, but a die would have made it a bit easier at the start.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Last ban coming out here from Simply 2-base. What do you think they need? Frontliner?
Yeah, I mean, they need something out of a mid lane here from Ray Lalisa. The question is, what is it going to be? I mean, you could
5 seconds remaining.
Kunkka?
You could, but then you just are going to get stomped by a Monkey King mid.
Yeah. Dragon Knight wouldn't really fit in. You'd have the same problems as you would with the Kunkka. I'd like to see a frontliner here on Ray Lalisa, but you don't think Well, they got rid of the Templar Assassin. They might go back.
Maybe just
for
ban
one
the
of his
Void
specialties.
Spirit.
Void Spirit ban out. You want to see?
Yeah.
Team pick.
Oh, they banned Viper. Okay.
Interesting.
So that makes me think it's Monkey King mid again.
Well, the Viper is quite good against the Earthshaker as well, and is a bit of a tanky mid laner. It's good against the Monkey King Earthshaker, being able to disable both of their abilities. Earthshaker sucks without
10
Aftershock.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
5 seconds.
The thing that
remaining.
I'm a little worried about here is simply, well, I guess simply 2-base can move their heroes around, right? Like Monkey King and OD can both take the mid lane. You can move OD to the off lane. So you have some flexibility, some options to work with. But the big question is, you know, like Dogchamp, I think have to pick a mid lane here. I just don't know what one. I mean, you could run Puck mid. I mean, it's definitely a thing, and then you just pick a support.
Radiant
But
team pick. Lena.
Lena, okay, that's
They
a
can
Ray
still
Lisa
flex
hero.
It is, but they can still flex it. They can still put Undying in the 5, Lena in the 4. Well, they can put Lena in the mid, they can Puck in the mid. There's a number of ways they can do this one still. So I like how they decided to round this draft out, and they don't have anything that gets onto the back line too easily here
5
on Simply
seconds
2-base, but
remaining.
they still have potential to pick up an offlaner. Centaur is a very common counter to supports that, or core heroes to sit on the back line. And it doesn't look awful here.
It doesn't, actually. It could be pretty sick with Grimstroke as well as the Earthshaker. Lots of follow-up stun and control for the Terrorblade. Centaur is not a bad pick. The other heroes that come to mind from the off lane.
Other heroes that come to mind are heroes such as Centaur and perhaps the War Runner. I'm a big fan of him.
Maybe. I've heard some things about that guy.
Slardar, mayhaps?
Slaughter just feels so bad against Terrorblade.
Not enough. It's all physical damage that you're doing, right? He gets like a Wraith Band as well. It has even more armor, and suddenly you're not able to trade with him.
Minus armor is not the answer to armor. A lot of that's
position 3 Spirit Breaker. It's on their logo. Take the Void Spirit. Look at that,
right.
Ricky. You just don't miss, do you?
It just seems good. It is going to be I Annihilate Void Spirit, so that's going to be monkeys on the off lane OD instead, which I think makes sense, right? Because there wasn't a lot of heroes left that you could pick for the off lane into the Terrorblade that go well, and so why not just take the OD? It is a pretty decent hero.
Yeah.
And Void Spirit works really well with Grimstroke, so I like this a lot.
It is a very shiny Terrorblade, in the way. With the the yellow. Looks like he's about to go Super Saiyan. Or he is Super Saiyan.
He's going Super Saiyan? Wow.
He looks like he's about to go Super Saiyan 3, sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
But, yeah, I have to say, not as big of a fan of Simply 2-base lineup. The Void Spirit does a good jump onto the back line very easily, but I think they shouldn't have given up Pangolier, man. I know I'm going to sound like a Lukey fanboy talking about it, but you had the opportunity to ban the hero out and you didn't. So far, he has won 100% of his Pangolier games. That's a large percentage. That's more than like 10. 1 out of 1. That's 100% win rate on this. Yeah. I don't know, man. Seems kind of sus to me. Here we go, though. It's game number 1. Let's see. Oh, okay, it's not Lukey. Unfortunate. B9 we get to see again. Look at this man's Dota experience. That's so... Look at these games. So many games. Man needs no introduction. He's been playing the game forever. I'm super excited. We've made it to game 3 once again. All right. There's one between Team Dogchamp and Simply 2-Based. Honestly, they struggled a lot in game 2. It just felt like there was no recovery plan there from them. And game number 1, like, honestly, Team Dogchamp, yes, they lost and pretty convincingly, but it was not nearly as bad as game 2 for 2-Base. This is a very aggressive movement that they're making right now, by the way. Yeah. He did go Arcane Orb 1. Interesting. For him to just drop that one. I think trying to do all the damage possible if they do end up running into an enemy hero here.
30 seconds to battle.
I mean, it seems pretty decent against harassing the Terrorblade, or you know, the Undying maybe, but yeah, that seems pretty strange. You don't really see that often.
Yeah. Monkey King still holding the point himself, just figuring out what's best in any situation. A lot of the time you don't want to go tree dance even if you manage to get caught out by the enemies, because then you don't have Jingu Mastery in your lane. It becomes much harder.
The battle begins.
Yeah, agreed. Annihilate's Void Spirit mid, going to be taking on Rayla Lisa's Lina, and honestly, this is a pretty good lane for Lina. I'd have to imagine this lane will favor the Dire here.
Yeah. Probably favor them a little bit, yeah. Mid lane, I think this will go Rayla Lisa's way. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the bottom lane, because this is probably where the action's going to be. That's where we saw a lot of things happen in the last game. Luki getting ridiculous lucky shot procs off.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
Yeah.
Boris does open with the Orb of Venom. Quelling Blade giving him a lot of chase in the lane, so if Yaren or Luki are out of position, you're going to have that the slow to work with. He does start Windlace, though. Gives him quite a bit of extra bonus movement speed to work with. I'm really curious how this Arcane Orb is going to play out in the top lane, because you definitely need Essence Flux for it to really do much. Otherwise, you just go and it ends up doing like no damage.
It was definitely bizarre to me. He's definitely run out of mana here. It costs the 20% of your current mana.
Just using it
remaining
to CS.
mana pool. Yeah, I mean, you'll get a lot of CS at the start, but you're gonna be pretty underwhelming for the rest of the laning phase because of it. He's like constantly gonna be.
Yeah,
okay,
we got the proc
off.
on Essence Flux there, so that feels pretty good. Free Arcane Orb.
Yeah. You think he'll just ignore Astral Imprisonment completely if this is the build he's gonna go for?
No, he'll end up maxing Astral, I'm sure, but the single point in Arcane Orb is, I guess, fine for now. I guess he might just be trying some stuff.
Yep. I hope not. This is not the time to be trying stuff. Game number 3 of your DPC.
You know, that's a good point. That is a good point. Can't argue with that one. Mid lane going pretty well for Rayla Lise, or I'm sorry, for Annihilate. He's 9-0 on the Void Spirit currently. He has taken a lot of harassment damage, forced to eat his self as well as some tangos, but I mean, that's a lot of CS in a lane that I didn't think would be going as well for him. Rayla Lise does have 3 denies though.
No.
I mean, man, catch Terrorblade like really far out of position. Incredible body blocks coming in from Z-Freak. Oh man, that is so annoying.
Doing lots of work there. So drops pretty low, but Bloody 9 gives him. Oh no, he got hit by the tomato clapper.
You can't get clapped, man.
Don't want to get caught with the tomato. Now, it does, mid lane does go the way of Annihilate a little bit at the start, while Rayla Lisa gets a couple points into his spells, be able to spam out the creep and whatnot. And, you know, coming out instantly, great for securing CS, and the damage advantage with the Quickblade.
You're, oh, okay, never mind. He jumps to the look. Alright. Being trolled. Cancels the Sal. Well by Empyrean.
Didn't quite get the 4 hits on.
He gets it. First blood right onto the puck, baby.
A little bit too
Good. He doesn't get the disarm. Luki's in trouble. Maxwell blessed at the back. Like the Jingu. 2 kills the bottom. Quite a different scenario than last game.
Yeah, he tried to turn for a moment there and maybe get the lucky shot off. He got it last. This time he got so lucky. The supports aren't okay. Here has rotated, but it spawned up in the top lane. Will be Annihilate grab. There's no way that at least will be able to snag it.
Yeah, nearby as well. Wait for fissure if necessary. This is important rotation because Rayla Lisa has already started to pull away. And as you mentioned, for the the same reasons. Once you get levels, you just have is
Radiant's
Red
bottom
Spirit
tower is
down
under
3
attack.
points in the Dragon Slave.
Yep. I think they pretty much expected though for simply 2-base. They if you hit decks on the Void Spirit, you'll give up the mid to Z Freak. Finally, but effect being playing the Earthshaker feels a bit off. Look that back, dropping him bit, but he heals up.
Yeah, say he's getting low, but that Soul dude does some serious work, and they're trying to do this right around the 5-minute bounty runes. And thanks to that meta, Ritsu should be able to control this top one. It will go 2 for 2 still as Boris is holding the bottom rune. Z-Freak's got to be careful here. Does not want to give up a kill to Ritsu. He is just fast enough thanks to these boots of speed. Does have fissure and just a little bit of mana. Oh.
They scan that one out so they know that he's still there, but Bloody Knight missed with the Soul Rip and he jukes him out in the trees.
Oh man, Z-Freak, what a player. Monkey's now out of mana, just gonna use Arcane Orb to try and get a proc. Oh yeah, there it is.
Keep it up. Restore your mana. Holding it for some reason right now. I think he's working on using it for Ashland because making sure he's enough mana for that one. Gonna need more points into Essence Flux to be able to sustain
Bottom lane in some serious trouble, goes down. Darn, him though doesn't have any spells left, and Boris can get one more up attack, countless strike to follow. We'll trade 1 for 1. I think overall you're happy about that if you're Boris, because Pain goes out of lane as well.
Yeah. Full advantage of the fact that with his Orb of Corrosion playing aggressive here on the Monkey King. You don't want to go down like that to the enemy carry.
Mid lane hasted.
Do himself.
They find Ray-Lisa a nice fissure, but you don't have the damage to finish her off. Those double null tallies just giving her just enough HP. She's gonna be fine.
So lots of sustain as well, and the extra mana regen from that one. Walk back for actually looks like he's gonna walk back to base. I don't want to be sitting this low up against the Void Spirit and Earthshaker. You know, that very long distance initiation the two of them have. Okay, I take it back. Was grabbing the courier, not wasting any time. I mean, if you're that far back, you might as well go all the way back to base, right?
He just wants to stack some camps, it seems.
I mean, he's full HP and very close to full mana at the moment, so he was just connecting with his bottle, not sitting around the mid lane, giving them a chance to set up on him. His TP was on cooldown as well.
Nice D-word there as well. All right, Z-Freak and Annihilate moving into the jungle, just trying to push this Terrorblade out so he can't find that farm.
Dire's top tower is under
OD
attack.
just slowly pressuring the tower, getting closer and closer to the Meteor Hammer. In bottom lane, I mean, he's having a great time. Boris this game on the Monkey King. Level 6, almost level 7 here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Both teams a little bit afraid to really like commit for a gank right now because it looks like they can be heavily
Radiant's
punished.
middle tower is under attack.
Ritz is just farming up the jungle here. I guess 49 just standing close to him to deny any gank potential. No, Z-Freak is hanging around here. So if anyone else doesn't feel him.
Oh no!
Wait, there's another one.
Dude,
Are scanning.
unbelievable. He's just been he's been
Dire's
following
middle
around.
tower is under
I
attack.
Annihilate's gonna find Ray Lily. Get in range for the ink spell. Might be able to find the kill, but he gets it. Oh my gosh. What a play from him. And Ray Lisa committed a DD rune.
And this is set up by the fact that Z-Freak is following Terrorblade around the jungle here. Because of that, you know, the moment you try to, you know, TP to the mid and heal up your mid lane, you just get throw the fissure out and you stun you, interrupt it. So they never committed 2 heroes in the jungle. They only have so many resources to pour into Ray Lisa here. Makes it very easy to dive. Monkey King Boris here having a much better time than Ritsu. Sitting level 8 to Ritsu 6. So Ritsu is ahead.
Quite a
on,
difference.
Yeah, he is ahead on.
Dire's courier has been
But a lot of
killed.
those are just jungle creeps, so he's up about 800 gold as well.
Monkeys does have his Meteor Hammer completed 4 points in Astral now, so this top lane tower, you don't really have any way of defending this. Z-Freak going in deep, trying to find this puck. They do have Waning Rift available. Monkey's coming in as well. Does he get the jaunt? Oh, you are not going to make it, sir. Ink Swell, Enchant Totem. We'll go ahead and use that phase shift for a moment. Not going to be able to survive, and he saves that Meteor Hammer for the tower. Well played there. Good restraint from the side of Simply TOOBASED.
Tower is under attack.
Throwing this one up, pretty important as well. Easier access to the rest of limits the amount of space they have on the map to farm. They'll probably turn their eyes to the mid lane alongside the 10-minute catapults.
Annihilate.
Once it grabs,
looks like he might have found Bloody
Under attack.
right here. Goes in range for the Ink Swell. Yep, doesn't even. Imperium actually ends up grabbing it with the Ink Swell. Okay.
Imperium, known kill stealer.
Mid lane, Puck does have the orb to jaunt away. Yeah, he'll make it.
Radiant's
Of course,
bottom
just trying to
tower is under attack.
force the hero out. He will grab it in Invis, which is, you know, something to work with, but this is looking fantastic for the Radiant. I mean, they are 6-1, 2,000 gold lead. Lukey not nearly having the game he did last time.
Radiant's bottom
Them
tower is
rotating to
under
the mid lane
attack.
with these 10-minute catapults. You are not going to be able to find his level 6. He's going to have to wait for Spirit to respawn the book to fly out to him. But, might be too late. Looks like the hero's already set up here on the mid lane. Z-Freak sitting here behind the tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
Dyer's
And you've
middle
got the
tower is under
catapult plus the Meteor Hammer. You know, the
Radiant's
fort's
bottom
about to
tower
expire.
is
He'll just channel that bad boy on the tower.
It's a
They're
preview.
wave with it.
Beautiful. You love to see it.
And that can be a dead tier 1 out in the mid lane. Do go ahead and coil off Annihilate off to the side. Do get the silence as well, but he's still pretty tanky and a banishment. So we're just gonna go ahead and leave. They got what they wanted.
Yep. With that, tons of map control. A very easy time invading the side of the map here on Dogchamp now. Looks like Boris is going right back to farming. He's having a much better time this game than Annihilate's Monkey King game last time around. He almost has his Maelstrom completed, which increases farming speed by quite a bit. Imagine he will go for that Aghanim Scepter right after, as we usually see on Monkey King these days. Usually get their farming item first, then eggs to help farm even faster.
Yep, looks like Bloody Nine's gonna get caught out of position once again, and they get D-Ward. So this is, I mean, it's just so scary to be anywhere on the map right now. You can just continue to apply pressure, and there's not really an answer for it. Bottom lane, Z-Freak just hunting Lukey. He's like, hey, you want to come to this waves? This thing called Echo Slam?
He'll keep the range creeps alive as long as he has to. Tower gonna clear out one of those that he ended up missing. He needs his Blink Dagger pretty quickly here, so his team's giving him a little bit of space to farm.
Great CSing there from Z-Freak. Lukey does have that Javelin, kind of deciding what he wants to go for. Usually you complete the Maelstrom just so you have farming potential. It is very good on that hero, but the question is, like, can he afford to go for that? Does he need to go for something more defensive?
Tower is under attack.
I think this game defensive items are incredibly important. There's a lot of aggression coming out from both sides here.
Smoke here from the side of Dogchamp. Finds to initiate on OG wouldn't be bad, but he can also just apple himself. There's gonna be the coil, immediately the silence as well. He's able to dodge it out, but there's gonna be the counter, the Pango. He's just rolling in place, so that's not what you want to do. They managed to find the kill, but it's gonna cost you the Lina as well. I Annihilate with the brand new DD rune as he's just gonna chew through these supports so quickly. Lukey continuing the assault on a he TP's out with barely any HP, and now I Annihilate looking for Lukey here. Does have a swashbuckle in one, able to make it down to the low ground.
They're gonna struggle to chase him. They just can't keep up with him, and he is out of there. Losing the OD, but fight definitely going in the favor of Simply TOOBASED. 250 gold, about 500 XP going their way. Losing Ray Lalisa feels pretty bad. Incredibly important for him. In fact, he's just got these boots of travel up right now, trying to split push, but easy for Annihilate to keep up with and get on top of him. Speaking of,
Phantom's Embrace right on schedule, baby. Great fissure from the high ground to set that kill up.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
and I mean, the space is being used. Ritsu farming up the go very quickly here, but still not quite as quick here as Boris here. He's closed the net worth gap a little bit. I think there's like 800 gold ahead. Actually, just surpassed him.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing really well on the Terror Blade, but it's still not a great game for him. Like, OD, at any point, he decides to use Sanity's Eclipse, can just basically kill him. Luki sitting on the high ground here with this invis. Probably just going to chase down Imperium here. He drops the sentry. He's like, oh, God, run away. Right under his tower, he knows.
He's almost blocked off Yaren there, but didn't quite connect the fish with the right location. I think at this point, on board, of course, to finish up this BKB, then they start playing a bit more aggressive. You don't want to wait for Mitsu here to have like his Eye of Scotty after his Manta style. Once he gets like an item to give him some real bulk, he becomes way too tanky to bring down.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So just smoked, I'm assuming, to try and get some wards up in his jungle. Oh, he knows. He's like, all right, okay, there's someone farming the medium camp. I'm going to go the other way.
Seafreak's just
forever going to continue Meteor Hammer farming on the OD. Does have Blink after the Meteor Hammer. Typically the build and then eventually into BKB. Oh, Astral. Where's the sentry? Oh, the crossbow over there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fox been playing around with I Annihilate and Z-Freak up here for quite some
He's gonna scout him
time.
with that ward. Saw Boris and Z-Freak, I think.
Radiant's bottom tower
A
is
real
under
nuisance
attack.
here. Boris doesn't have the night vision to catch the puck, unfortunately. He has got the tree dance vision AoE though.
Mid lane, they caught Pangolier. The Sanity's Eclipse comes down, does a decent chunk. Z-Freak just walking on in like, hey guys. Just gets the Echo off, takes down the Pango, grabs a haste rune as well, smokes to dodge the auto attack. Z-Freak's out. This guy, unbelievable. As they continue the chase up onto the high ground, they take down the Lina, and I Annihilate gonna find the puck as well. 4 heroes about to fall here as the Astral gonna hold B9 in place. A Yule set up into another Remnant. I Annihilate grabs himself a double kill.
Tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
4 for 1 trade, only losing your position 5, and it looked ridiculous. Him walking up into Ritsu. They had dropped the Echo Slam, running away, but it forced him out of the fight. Right after he took that kind of damage, he goes, all right, I'm sitting at what, 500, 600 HP. I'm out,
Well,
guys.
it killed
I'm just
the
gonna
Luki.
go farm the ancients.
It killed Luki's Pango. Like, he just was ink swelled running across the fight, just like, I'm gonna get you. You're gonna be mine. And it works. He just finds a haste rune and smokes away. Unbelievable play there from Z-Freak.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't need a blink dagger.
He just running him. It works.
The exact rune you need is dagger is complete now though for Z-Freak.
Annihilate? Yarn doesn't have coil quite yet, so looks like I Annihilate will be able to disengage.
Z-Freak tosses out. Ooh, nice
Radiant's
prediction there.
bottom tower is
And
under attack.
slowing down Luki just a little bit. Yarn decides he's gone far enough. Doesn't want to continue to chase them there.
Scanning.
Extra control of the map right now that simply TOOBASED continue to a lot of it comes off. Oh, beautiful Fisher!
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
Top lane, Imperium looking
Radiant's
for a
bottom
Soulbind
tower
target,
is
and
under
guess who's
attack.
here? It's Monkeys. It's the second time, unfortunately, they've used Soulbind into that, but perfectly timed Meteor Hammer. The Ink Fall to follow. Monkey's gonna find himself another kill. Uses that orangutan. Yes, one of his favorite sound bites for sure.
It was
Radiant's middle tower
beautiful
is under
Fisher
attack.
earlier there by
Yeah, I missed it.
Z-Freak.
What happened?
He threw out the Fisher, I think, just around the same time that Luki got his ultimate off, and he ended up
Radiant
rolling
are
into
scanning.
the very tip of the Fisher.
Oh, they managed to
yeah.
catch Puck.
Under attack.
Z-Freak, this man. He's doing some serious work. The Remnant was off the mark, but there's going to be a Phantom's Embrace, and that's going to be another kill for I Annihilate as he picks up that wicked 6 free. Boris closing in on his BKB as
Radiant's
well.
bottom tower
Some big
is under
items coming out.
attack.
Monkeys, he's going for B9. Fissure block once again. Z-Freak is all over the map, dude.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You just can't shut this man down. Oh, but he
Monkeys.
shuts down Luki. Just thrown into that actual imprisonment the moment he tries to roll up.
He's gonna get caught by the Phantom's Embrace. The silence there. He has Senny's Eclipse if he wants to use it, but it's not even necessary. Inkswell Monkeys, he's got to get out of there in Astral. He has no blink though. This is gonna be a dead OD. Nicely found there from them.
Gone too far forward. Not worth it for him to go again with Lugi, but overall the team fight did go their way.
I think he just held the sanity. He could have just Sandy's Eclipse way earlier and gotten the kill with ease, but he just was
greedy,
hesitant to use that ability.
I mean, the cooldown on 145 seconds, but in that situation, you're not closing out the game just yet. You just want to hold the Sandy's Eclipse to deal with this Terrorblade, though. The guy doesn't have much in to work with. He's got a net shot on the Terrorblade.
Isn't it mana damage now? Yeah, it's mana for either way. Yeah, you have like 900 mana with Intreads, or like 1,000 mana with Intreads versus OD, who uses Astral once and has like 1,400.
Yeah.
A little something extra.
He's got a lot of stat items actually on Ritsu. That's a lot of int from that. Anyways, Boris, as DKD now working on Aghanim Scepter. I thought he was going to get the eggs first, but I think he's just worried about, you know, the Puck Dream Coil, the burst damage from the Lina. Doesn't want to get blown up in these team fights. There's a lot of magical bursts, and it needs to be the Monkey King who mans up and stands in front of this Terrorblade eventually. The BKB is very necessary for that, so it doesn't get blown up from allied heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, the aggressive blink forward. A Fissure's going to catch the Lina, but they get a Tombstone as a response, so we're just going to back on out.
Z-Freak does have the Aghanim Shard queued up next. Something we talked about.
I mean, it is amazing. We were wondering, you know, on certain games, it doesn't feel good if you need to go something else, but he's got an early Blink Dagger, and, you know, why not? Dagger, it's incredible.
Of course, reduce your cooldown, and whenever you cast any ability after shock is released alongside the path. So, even very far away, you can initiate, you can use your Fissure, you can use your Enchant Totem Stun to be no longer. In desperate situations, if you want to keep somebody locked down alongside you, you can use your Echo Slam on nothing.
It also allows you to free path over Fissure. So you can go up and down cliffs, you can D-ward. You don't get stuck on one side or the other. Like, it is just a very cool shard.
1 minute they need. Gives us time to discuss the status of the game. And 5k net worth up on Simply TOOBASED. They do have control of the map. They managed to hold the tier 1 in the mid lane up until now, 21 minutes in, which is an incredibly important tower, and has allowed them access very easy into Dogchamp's jungle. So limits the amount of space that they have to farm on this map. Because of that, you know, they only really have room for the Terrorblade. And Lina sitting at 8.5k net worth. So TB does it on top, farming safe areas. But the next 3 heroes, it's all Simply TOOBASED.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're gonna have to be doing some heavy lifting on the Terrorblade here this game, and it is Ritsu. I mean, he's done it before. He has the Scotty going for the BKB. The question is, once he has BKB, like, can he close out the game? Because that's going to essentially be it. Like, he's got to use his long duration BKBs to try and close it out. Because as soon as that stuff starts wearing down, if it gets to like a 6-5 second BKB, it doesn't feel like it's going to be enough. I think they'll have the answers to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The question is if he's in time to get this BKB, though. I mean, I am surprised they gave him long enough to pick up this Eye of Scotty. I thought they'd pressure him a bit more, and they have been putting the pressure on Dogchamp, but not enough pressure. Some of the fights have gone the other way. Simply TOOBASED have fallen apart a number of times here. Like, I don't know, one example is Monkeys Forever going a little bit too far forward to get that kill on Luki and counter kill coming back. A little bit of lack of discipline there. These teams, though, they have just gotten together. At times, their teamwork is going to be a little bit lacking. Not exactly what you'd see out of teams like 4 Zoomers or Quincy Crew, who have been together a super long time.
Pause XD coming out here from Z-Freak as he just continues to draw on the map. Waiting for the game to resume. You think they're feeding their cats?
It's it's possible. You should feed your cat. The viewers at home should actually feed their cats right now that they have this pause time. They wouldn't want to be like Quinn Callahan denying movies for your cats.
The reference. That was top tier memes right there. That was good stuff.
Metric minutes. Thank you, Z Freak.
Shocking.
All right, G's are out.
Looks like we're good to go though. Well, at least one side is good to go. It looks like Simply TOOBASED still need another moment. Someone might have gone out to feed the cats, actually.
Puck queuing up a Blink Dagger into Ags. It's going to be a while before you get the Yags, but the Blink Dagger is coming out pretty soon. Elisa, Yules into BKB. Absolutely necessary this game. Yeah, I mean, they're just, like you said, they're really far behind on these other cores. It's really just the Terrorblade who's carrying the net worth right now.
And he can safely shove out the lanes with his illusions, will continue to do so, but again, they don't have tons of control over the map. They take this, which will help a bit, but as long as they continue to control their shrine here on the Radiant, it doesn't mean a whole lot. They still have access to that part of the map.
I mean, they're smoked up here, getting ready to pressure their own high ground. I think they know Lukey positioned very well to scout out this rotation. Dire scan looking for the Roshan, so they know where they are basically as they're going for the outpost. Undying is showing Monkeys, blinks aggressively up. We'll get the Astral right onto that Undying, but there's going to be the jump right onto Raylan Lisa. It's not where you want to be, so the BKB comes out from Boris, zoning Ritsu out the fight completely, and Monkeys will be able to pick off that fight, or pick off that kill on the backside Yarn, trying to do what he can. There's going to be an Astral with the Rolling Thunder coming through, looking for Annihilate, but he's gone, dude. He's completely gone. Puck caught for the moment, but able to get that Phantom's Embrace off, and Lukey will go up onto the high ground. Monkeys predicts it, but I will blink out. They're going to be trying to annihilate Yule, set up right onto the Puck. They will be able to finish the second kill in this fight.
Sorry, Puck.
And it's a beautiful initiation there from Simply TOOBASED. The positioning there on Boris is amazing. Ridley had absolutely no idea they were already on the high ground, sitting there with the Monkey King. Very high risk. I mean, if they had somehow got vision of that one light strike rig is stunned in 4 seconds. There's no way you get your feet got before you die. But
Ooh, top lane, Lukey playing very aggressive, but he might pay for this one. Is there going to be a stun? It does. Just in time from Z Freak as he guesses correctly, and they find Lukey.
It's going to be 700 gold going the way, 1300 XP for that one pick off there. He himself caught out. Very good. They don't end up going for Roshan there, despite the kill being relatively close to it. Are worried about potential Dream Coil from Puck, and say I'm surprised. I suppose they don't take it very fast before they have the egg and Interceptor completed on this Monkey King. It's probably the reason.
Yeah. They definitely don't. The Monkey King Ags is like most of their Roche damage. Oh, yeah. Void Spirit don't do anything. Void Spirit does pick up that Aghanim Scepter, which is a pretty boost in damage. Monkeys now does have his BKB. Big items in general. Terrorblade's working towards his BKB. He's getting there.
Incredibly important, as you were talking about. Suddenly you're able to survive that magical damage burst. You were hoping that they would end the game before, but once it loses enough charges, I think that they're going to struggle again. Once you bring that down to like 5, it's suddenly he's not going to be able to burst people down.
Yeah, exactly.
In those 5 seconds. Now, doing to play pretty tight over here, teleporting over to the mid lane. Imagine they're going to smoke up.
I mean, Monkeys is just trying to find something. A nice jump in for Force, but he misses the Boundless Strike once again. Maybe I'll drop the Wukong's command and Ray Elise and out. There's going to be the Soulbind holding Lukey in place. He cannot leave, and now he's stuck inside of an arena he does not want to be in. I Annihilate on the backside, just going to clear these illusions from Ritsu, and here comes Z Freak, baby. Trying to get on top of this Terrorblade. Monkeys, he's going to be the one that does it as he's able to catch him with that Meteor Hammer. Z-Freak on the low ground, blink up in 3. Fissure gets pump fake, goes in, the Echo Slam, the Ink Swell, they get him, they finish off all 5. Oh my goodness.
All right.
The teamwork from TOOBASED.
Yeah, just comboing him down. down there. Z-Freak holding that one as long as he has to. That Echo Slam doing work. And that Gather Child, not enough magic resistance to keep him alive. So 2200 HP, an extra 25% resistance. And he's torn apart regardless. He needs that BKB up as soon as possible. That one, the Egg Disruptor is completed. And he's going to use this one to walk right into the road, like we talked about. He's going to need a little bit of assistance, though.
Surprised he didn't attack the Roche, because you can usually just like set the soldiers there and let them start whittling it back first, but
it does take a little bit longer that way.
Yeah.
Timer's another 20 seconds until the Terrorblade is back up. I want to be able to take this one down as quickly as possible, but Annihilate, he waits for nothing. It's just a funky,
just bottom room. He fissure blocked off the Aegis.
Hey, they're having a good time. Boris teleports back to the base. Clear out the bottom lane here. Here's what item he's gonna go for next. Does have anything queued up right now?
Radiant's
Mid lane, coil snap there on Annihilate as he wants to be able to just disengage. Does have this DD rune. He's closing on his own BKB, and honestly, I'm starting to get real worried here for this augment. There's some serious item differences between these two teams, and 11,000 gold.
Yeah. Ritsu continues to sit at the top of the net worth chart, making slowly closing the gap, but you can't just have everything on him. Cloak of Flames is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Is it even going to be on Terrorblade though? I guess it's going to hold it now for the magic resist.
Yeah, it gives him 10%. Not as good as the neutral, but the burn damage you do, the extra armor, you farm a little bit faster.
Dire's bottom tower is under
It's a Radiance Light.
Yeah.
A decent job with that.
Well, bottom tier 1 tower is going to fall. Boris making quick work of that. They actually mistimed the fort. It does right away, but
yeah. It was the change they added a while ago. The fortify refreshes 1 second after the chip worked out for people who mess it up, I think.
yeah.
Mindbreaker for both teams.
Very nice.
Pretty good.
balance.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
Makes
tower
him to
is
hold
under
on the
attack.
Monkey King. He's got he's working on the Abyssal Blade but doesn't have it to blow up either the Puck, the Pangolier, Terrorblade, just sit on top of them with Primal
Dire's
Spring and then finish them off.
fortified.
His soldiers will take
Radiant's top
the tower
tower
here
is under
alone.
attack.
So Bora's going to get another
Dire's
tier,
bottom
another tower, the
has
tier 2
fallen.
this time, and top lane. They're still whittling down the tier 1. They will finally get it, but they're going to move their attention to tier 2 in the. I mean, they just pushed so fast with this Monkey King.
Yeah, Stone
Radiant's
Soldiers,
top
this
tower
Egg and
is
Scepter,
under
absolutely
attack.
incredible.
Dire's
You do have to be
bottom
close
tower is
to the
under
Stone Soldiers
attack.
for them to hit the tower, but it's like having multiple heroes, man. Look at them go.
Look at him go.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not accomplishing a whole lot on the
Dire's
other
middle
side,
tower has
meanwhile.
fallen.
It's like Dogchamp.
They're just cutting waves, right? Like that's the idea right here with the Terrorblade is cut waves, trying to apply pressure. I think they're
Radiant's
just too
middle
afraid to
tower is
fit
under
to this
attack.
Aegis Monkey King. Like it is pretty dang strong.
Dire's
The
middle
soldiers
tower is under attack.
and just going from serious work to the tower. They have the Meteor Hammer as well. We'll be able to clear up this creep wave. No
Dire's
problem.
middle tower
Tier
has
3's
fallen.
dead. Lukey just cuts the next
Radiant
wave.
structures are
So they've
fortified.
nothing walking down mid after
Radiant's
that.
middle
They do
tower
have
is under
top
attack.
tower, though. Someone's going to have to send something to clear out there. And in fact, I think they're
Radiant's middle tower
they're
has
going to
fallen.
bait this one out, make them think that they're going to cut the creep wave, but they're not going to fall for it here. Just holding the triangle. This is the safest they can do.
Dire
Yeah.
are scanning.
They scan, they know. Z-Freak's here. Blood Knight just walks right in and they blink out. They're like, okay, never mind. We don't actually want to fight this. He's gonna go ahead and take his fissure. Get right to the monkeys. He's like, bro, I don't want to fight them. They're gonna kill Laguna Blade onto the monkeys forever. He's gonna fall solo. Z-Freak already dead. This is going for the roll out, looking for more. And they take down Imperium. Gonna go for the blink. Yeah, not gonna happen. They interrupt that TP. 3 heroes dead.
Oh, complete disaster there for them. And to make things worse, Monkeys Forever, he actually managed to get the blink off after the Astral, but he blinked right into an illusionary order from Monkey
no.
and blinked to his death. Oh.
If there's one thing I know playing Dota with my friends, it's my #1 rule is don't bring that over here. And Z-Freak definitely brought that over there.
Would have made it out too. So bit of a boon there for the dire
Radiant's middle
side.
tower is
With
under
everything, win probability, heavily swinging back a small bit in the favor of.
A lot of experience, over 5,000.
Yeah.
They're still sitting pretty okay about the state of the game, though. They do pick up a basher on the Monkey King. He's going to turn that into Aegis about to expire in just about 10 seconds.
They get no use out of it, unfortunately.
Four-man smoke. Forest going to clear out that wave.
Death tax.
He's forever drops the hammer as well.
I like the quicken arm. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
See what we can find at the high ground. It is going to be Ritsu and Bloody Nine. Z-Freak, he will find the correct one, but he misses the fissure. Annihilate jump onto the backside looking for Ray Lisa, but Z-Freak, he's going to get the Astral, but then the Grimstroke just gets melted. An Echo, his last dying wish, but it doesn't do much of anything. 2 heroes dead. They need to leave. OD forced to blink, but when they actually chase him, Luke mobile on this hero does have an Astral, but you're on. Gonna be able to chase him down, blinking one. Gonna be able to sword struggle forward. Doesn't look like they're gonna continue the chase though.
Now failing to connect that fissure, lost them so much. The Echo Slam, the drop before he died. Just trying to contribute as much as he can to the team fight, but unfortunately, Lina, Terrorblade, 2 of the heroes that you would have done something to with that one. Both of their BKBs active, so it wasn't anything there. And buy them even more time. So net worth and XP being closed here by.
Luki's been found, and he's got no defensive items, so this is just a very easy pick off there for them.
Well, he's holding the Cloak of Flame. Now, is not going to do anything against the pure damage coming out from the Arcane Orb.
Boris just hunting for Ritsu here. Does have that Aghanim Shard, reducing the cooldown and cast point of Free Dance.
Yeah, you move around the map so quickly with this one. I think he needs the Abyssal Blade before.
Loki's has found you're on. They're going to set this up into a nice remnant as well. I'm assuming he can't get out of this, right? Okay, yeah. I don't think you can get out of the remnant.
I think you're invulnerable for a small, I think like 0.1 seconds or something like that after your shift ends. But he had no Blink Dagger afterwards. He didn't have time to use Illusionary Orb either. He was just dead. Looks like they hold around the Roche pit here. I mean, another Aegis getting cheesed again. A long way here. And, you know, just to be able to sit Monkey King on the high ground, not have to worry about him if they do end up committing like Laguna Blade, Rolling Thunder to pop him, or Dream Coil. He's able to get back up and pop his BKB afterwards. So continuing to control the map here is exactly what Simply TOOBASED need to do.
I mean, Ritsu is so farmed. He finishes up a Butterfly. He's now going for a Daedalus. I mean, at some point in this game, you have to be a little bit afraid of this Terrorblade just one-shotting heroes on your team.
We're already at that point.
That is true, yeah. We have a Hex. Scythe of Ice picked up on the OD.
Right, then now we're less worried.
Now we're, yeah, it's like now you're less worried about that, right?
Crazy how Dota be like that. Something to be worried about. Release with the Shadow Blade around your jungle here. Not going to find anybody though, but we'll have to send somebody back to defend here. 2 Terrorblade Illusions shoving down your lane. There's no Cloak of Flames anymore, but still. Goes this out right in front of the tower. They're gonna know that they're up to something here on Dog Champ, on Simply TOOBASED. If they don't send anyone back to defend tier 3 when it's getting pushed, they know they're smoked up or inside their jungle looking for a kill.
Yeah. Do have a ward mid that's gonna get dewarded. Happen to have a sentry that's got a couple seconds left on it. There is a gem sitting on Annihilate, which is super helpful for them to control more of the map, limit the vision there of the Dire, and they smoke up. And Annihilate might be the one that they walk into. Roshan, potential to respawn in about 15 seconds.
Well, it will respawn in 15 seconds.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
We'll scout this one out, and both teams are going to want this one super badly. They're going to struggle to Terrorblade twice as well. And get to that. Echo Slam is the biggest thing that he's going to be afraid of. They don't have that to work with.
Yeah. Well, top tier 3 is taking some damage. I annihilate. He does have to be careful. Raylalisa is invis thanks to the Shadow Blade. Boris here as well. Z-Freak, I forgot they had a gem. No, Lena, what have you done? She doesn't notice the first hit bash onto the Pango. He's stuck next to the wall. He has to leave. Oh, she buys back into the game right away.
She has to. If she doesn't, it allows TOOBASED to grab the Roshan here. Finds a courier. Not bad. Empyrean's courier picked off, but I Annihilate now scouting out Roche. Actually, I think the courier's scouted out to begin with.
Oh, Monkey's been found in mid lane. He has BKB, but this is an Axe Coil. He's just trying to buy as much time as possible. The BKB finally does come out. Coil has expired. Decent commitment into the mid lane.
Z-Freak committed onto or hit Luki with that Fisher, but they didn't have detection on him at the time, so they didn't see that the Fisher did connect.
Well, now that Coil and Tombstone Flesh Golem is down, they're going to move their way into the Roche pit. Boris should make quick work of this with all these armies, with all these soldiers.
And I don't think that they realize that I think they know that it's just too little too late. Instead, they opt to try and pick up as many tier 4 items as they can. They find Spell Prism.
Pretty dang good.
Yeah. Yarn is going to hold on to that one.
I'd expect him to take the Spell Prism. Okay, yeah, Yarn's got the Spell Prism. I think Trickster's Cloak, you're okay on Tango or even maybe Ritsu.
Illusionist Cape now picked up on the Monkey King. Now, I believe still needs some testing. I don't think Illusionist Cape gives the Stone Soldiers any bonus damage.
He's fine. He gets this Penta-Edge Sword. He'll take that over anything right now.
Yeah.
Great setup there from Z-Freak. Those follow-up stuns as he gets himself an easy kill there for the Monkey King. Yeah, Penta-Edge Sword. 45 damage, more attack range, which I believe works on the soldiers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Got to test how sharp it was on that Undying.
Yeah. Quite sharp. Many sharps.
5 sharp sword. Now, so he gets the TP off, but oh no.
Oh, Yarn gets found. Is that Abyssal Blade? It was.
There's the reveal of that one. Edge Sword now found down here as well, but nobody who really wants to hold that one. I think Pangolier is happy holding onto this Trickster's Cloak.
Yeah, he needs to be able to survive right now. That's much more important. The Penta-Edge Sword, I mean, you could maybe just fight on Terrorblade later, but even right now, the lifesteal from the Paladin Sword is quite good.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, you have so many things you need. You got the Aegis. You got the cheese. You have BKBs. You just finished your tier 4. You got your tier 4 items. You got the Abyssal Blade. I see no reason not to try and push high ground right now with his 11.
Z-Freak has an Octarine.
It's under attack.
Wait, what?
Z-Freak has an Octarine.
He continues to hold on to this Keen Optic as well. He wants the extra cast range for his Fisher.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when it builds out of Aether Lens now, it's pretty sick. Oh my gosh, this range, the setup beyond godlike help of the Void Spirit. Boris on the backside, he does have this Aegis, so he's taking this for the time being. Nice Fisher coming out there. The Chainstone's coming in onto the Terrorblade, trying to do what they can to just kite out this fight. Coil gonna be onto the OD. Not necessarily the best target, but here's gonna be the Wukong's command. Ritsu forces a BKB pretty much immediately, but he's just stuck inside this command all by himself. Imperium will go down. Abyssal Blade is available, but Boris, gotta be careful. They gotta get this chain stun down. He can't let him get the Sunder. The chain stuns, they're in. Z-Freak able to do it as they will finish off that Terrorblade. In goes Lukey trying to find the kill, but an Astral keeping his boys alive. And oh boy, Lukey not going to make it. It's a 5-man wipe as every hero on the side of Team Dogchamp will go down. And that's even a dieback on the Undying.
Yeah, only hero with buyback available is Pangolier. Able to defend from this by himself. There's only a matter of time before they hit the base. Yeah, and that is going to be it. And I think that's it for him here. Dogchamp, there's nothing that they're able to do. Rack is being torn apart, and it's just a matter of time before they move to tier 4.
I mean, they just played this fight so good. Honestly, shout out to Boris for just like sitting up on this tree, getting a huge Wukong's command, just zoning everyone away from the Terrorblade. And that's going to be it. The GG is called, and Simply TOOBASED will take their second series here in the NADPC.
Very clean so far by them. I mean, Dogchamp, I gotta say, I was not expecting them to take a game off of Simply TOOBASED. It looked, Simply TOOBASED seemed to be the strongest here. Kudos to them for running very aggressive lineup last game. This one a little bit back and forth. Mitsu was getting very big, becoming quite scary, but pretty out of it.
Yo, hi, NoName here, and I think it's all, guys. Thanks for watching my stream, and we will online or streaming again on RNG versus Dragon on 1 p.m. It is China region, so just watching my stream, and thanks for everything you gave to my channel, like or just view. I appreciated everything, and hope you enjoy it. Sorry if I have a bad stream or mistake. So see you on the next stream. Bye.